I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. About to cook it up. I'm about to cook it up. Preheat the oven. When it comes to the money, man, I get it by the dozen. 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 Funny how the same niggas that I used to help get a little something, now they all about they self, but got my flow tight, got my dough right. I ain't worried about no hater cause they out of sight, out of mind. I'm doing mine, I'm doing fine. I never needed y'all. I was on my grind, they was on my coattails trying to hit your ride. They want the benefits without the 9 to 5. Y'all was playing in the streets, I was murdering these beats. You was sitting on the bench, I was tying up my cleats. Could've been a squad, man, we could've been elite. But the grind is something that you just can't cheat. They smile in your face, wanna take your place, pray for your defeat, lies, deceit. I don't keep tabs, man, I don't keep receipts. But you'll pay one day and it won't be cheap. Who, me? Nah, I won't lose no sleep. Smile on my face every time that we meet. Lost a few niggas, now I'm feeling so complete. That old thing is dead, I'ma let it rest in peace. Do me a favor, don't do me no favors. Used to be my mans, now you a hater. I get it by the dozen, call me the baker. Now I'm pushing drops, no tops, different flavors got. About to cook it up, I'm about to cook it up. Preheat the oven. When it comes to the money, I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. Yeah, I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. About to cook it up, I'm about to cook it up. Preheat the oven. When it comes to the money, man, I get it by the dozen. 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 Winning over here, you a loser. All my niggas getting moolah. Couldn't measure up with a ruler. Killing the scene, Freddy Cougar. Smoking that strong Lex Luthor. Your girl rubbing on me like a Buddha. Traelo de vuelta chula. I got a bad chick from Cuba. Every time I touch down, it goes up. You the type to come through, get no love. To get to my level, need a ladder, bitch. Trey Miller so far from your average. I'm on my job, they can't manage it. I'm way up, you know the rest of it. Dozens on dozens, I got that new recipe. Stuck to the formula, guessed it was chemistry. Can I keep it real, keep it trill? 100 a bill, no Clinton. Fuck your feelings, your thoughts, your opinions. Niggas loose at the mouth sounding like minions. Yapping and flapping won't make you no millions. Look what I'm building, strong and resilient. Stuck to the mission, stay true to my vision. Look at me now, money stacked to the ceiling. Oh, what a feeling. Yeah, about to cook it up. I'm about to cook it up. Preheat the oven. When it comes to the money, I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. Yeah, I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. About to cook it up. I'm about to cook it up. Preheat the oven. When it comes to the money, man, I get it by the dozen. 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 Yeah, I get it by the dozen. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. When it comes to the money. Turn it up. Oh yeah.
Ooh, what up, y'all? It's your instigator narrator, better known as Crash, live here once again, No Sugar Radio, kicking it with the squad. And as always, y'all know, man, we got the dope shows for y'all. We coming with the hot music every single Sunday. But before we get into it, please, people, let them know who we kicking it with.
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Fly Ty the Promoter. Follow me on Instagram, Fly Ty the Promoter.
She's back.
Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, just type in Fly Tie the Promoter, or definitely click the link whoisflytiethepromoter.com to figure out the latest moves I'm making, the shaking and baking, doing all that. But I'm back. I wasn't here last weekend. I miss all you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody hit me up and was like, "Where you was at? Where you was at?" I do my thing. That's my business.
Gotta follow to find out.
For real. And it's your boy King Action. You can find me on Instagram at _King Action _. You can Google me and find me anywhere else. And you are now with No Sugar Radio. What's good?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Make sure we're gonna give y'all a couple of minutes to tune in on Facebook Live. If y'all on Facebook, if y'all not on Facebook and y'all out and about, just leaving church, Walmart, whatever, tune in www.nosugarradio.com. You can also listen to us on the audio version and still stay connected, still chat with us while you out and about. But before we get into anything, make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, No Sugar Radio.
That's what I'm talking about. Anywhere, Twitter,
and stay connected. Yeah,
whatever.
Anywhere, Twitter,
whatever flavor you like, that's where we at with No Sugar Radio. Yeah,
right. And make sure you follow all the hosts. I mean, we pretty dope. We got some dope lives. Make sure you follow all of us on Instagram. Of course, you can find our Instagram on our main Instagram, which is No Sugar Radio. So at the end of the day,
No Sugar Radio, you plugged in. Period. That's what you gotta do.
You said. You know
want to follow the artists. You want to follow us individually. Go to No Sugar Radio.
Right,
on
and
the
it's beneficial too.
Facebook.
Start there. You get anywhere else, man.
Right, that's your plug. That's your source.
Right, we got a special guest today. We got a lot of things that we gonna talk about today. I'm liking the lineup for today. So make sure y'all tuned in. Like we need everybody tuned in.
Yeah,
tune in now. Make sure y'all get y'all shares in.
For real.
Tune in.
Shout out to BSE, the whole gang out there in DC. Young Low and the fam out there. Shout out to y'all, man.
That man making moves.
Lit. As always, shout out.
You already know. Shout out to Young Low, man. He's one of those artists that we definitely commend because he be doing his thing, showing up at these schools and shit like that. So we gonna give y'all some time to tune in. But since we speaking about Young Low, this is what we gonna do. We gonna play his latest track that he got with us, which is Gorgeous Type, because that's how we do. We show love off the fly.
That's that banger.
Off the fly. This is Gorgeous Type. We got nothing but bangers at No Sugar Radio. If y'all trying to send us some music for radio spins, please email us. Crash, what's the email?
At nosugarradio@gmail.com.
Right.
Please.
So don't say we didn't tell you.
Make sure they MP3s, people. Send us some MP3s. We don't need the links to your SoundCloud.
I don't want your title. I don't want none of that.
We don't want it.
Artwork too, please. Let's be consistent. Let's be professional about this.
So we're gonna jump into another track. This is good. This track is called Gorgeous Type by the man Young Low.
No Sugar Radio.
She alright though, but I like her. That fit my description more. Pretty eyes, big thighs, slim waist, cute face, you hear me? That's all I do is them bad bitches. I ain't lying. Look, only fuck with bad bitches, that's the Gorgeous Type. Heard the shorty like the lean, baby, shorty like the Sprite. Got her rolling up the sands, might just fuck her for the night. Hit the Saks, Fifth and Beverly, and then we caught a flight. Only fuck with bad bitches, that's the Gorgeous Type. Heard the shorty like the lean, baby, shorty like the Sprite. Got her rolling up the sands, might just fuck her for the night. Hit the Saks, Fifth and Beverly, and then we caught a flight. My bitch, she asked me, do I love her? I say, not to that extent. Said she gave a nigga pussy, she think I'ma pay her rent. I can't be no sugar daddy, baby girl, you got me bent. I just fuck him, then I duck him, cause I'm something like a pimp. I got hoes out the hoes, texting, asking where I be. I been jugging and finessing, making plays on these streets. Since a nigga money up, these suckers really think I'm sweet. I'ma leave his ass grass, cause I always pack the heat. And so many niggas hating on me, but this shit ridiculous. Niggas take it to the hop when they find out I fuck they bitches. Tryna put me on they snap, but I don't feel like taking pictures. I'm just all about my money, I'm just all about my fast lane. Chasing money, cause I'm always in a hurry. I'm too busy for a girlfriend, I can't see me getting murdered. If you can't cooperate with me, then bitch, you getting curved. Yeah, see, we beat them all bad, I rep it till I'm buried. Only fuck with bad bitches, that's the Gorgeous Type. Heard the shorty like the lean, baby, shorty like the Sprite. Got her rolling up the sands, might just fuck her for the night. Hit the Saks, Fifth and Beverly, and then we caught a flight. Only fuck with bad bitches, that's the Gorgeous Type. Heard the shorty like the lean, baby, shorty like the Sprite. Got her rolling up the sands, might just fuck her for the night. Saks Fifth and Beverly, and then we go to flight. Look, my bitches be badass, fast, she really proper. All she like is BYB, she like to party down the opera, but she work her ass off, so I can't really knock her. Shorty got her shit together, she a full-blown doctor. Special thing I like about you is you always rolling with me. Sipping double cups and smoking gas, we turn up like a hippie. One thing that I always say is that you never play me 50. No head with the sex, I told her, baby, won't you get me friends for some benefits? That's the way that we be dealing. Every time I dick her down, she get more into her feelings. Couple texts and FaceTimes, after that we start chillin'. Know a nigga money up, cause all his hundreds I be billin'. Cruising in that GT, I push the gas to the max. Riding through that thirsty tunnel, smoking Bob Molly crack. Get them peoples out my business, windows tinted with the smacks. Got my foreign bitch driving while I sit back and relax. Only fuck with bad bitches, that's the the gorgeous type. Heard the shorty like the lean, baby, shorty pour the Sprite. Got her rolling up the sands, might just fuck her for the night. Hit the Saks Fifth and Beverly, and then we caught a flight. Only fuck with bad bitches, that's the gorgeous type. Heard the shorty like the lean, baby, shorty pour the Sprite. Got her rolling up the sands, might just fuck her for the night. Hit the Saks Fifth and Beverly, and then we caught a flight.
That was the boy Young Lo, man. Only fucking with these bad
gorgeous
bitches.
type. Gorgeous type. If y'all looking for that track, go follow him on Instagram, YoungLo_the man. That man is gonna be somewhere. I'm telling you, he's gonna be somebody.
Right.
Like his music is definitely club banger potential. Period.
He got
Like
it.
gorgeous type is lit. It's lit.
Exactly. Like if you ain't feeling it, something wrong with you.
Right, because everybody
Or it's just not your type
want to
music.
fuck with bad bitches. Everybody. Like I don't care who you are, where you from. Everybody want to fuck with a bad bitch, or everybody think they a bad bitch.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Some of them online. I mean, like when you think about it, like look at how they look sometimes, though. Right? Like
how they look.
think about it. Like
Let
for
them
real,
think
like,
they bad bitches,
They bad
man.
because they
God.
do things like they go get work done and shit like that on their bodies. They Transformers and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, the
Fucking-
nigga called the
fucking
bitches
Optimus
Transformers.
Prime.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Somebody take his mic.
Optimus Prime out there. They be like,
Niggas is Niggas is Optimus Prime. Yo, that's it. That's it.
Booty box.
That's it.
yo, for real. Yo, that's how they be out there for real. Like, yo, but that brings us into our first topic of the day. For real.
Oh, hold on, I'm crying.
Niggas said these bitches is Transformers. Nah, real talk, they can be. They for real. They can be some. There's a lot of Bumblebee bitches out here.
There are some
Bumblebee?
Bumblebee bitches out here. Like, for real.
Bumblebees.
Like, that's triple B. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. Sometimes you can't help what the fuck is out there. You just gotta you get it how you live, right? You know what I'm saying? And that brings us into our first topic of the day. Cosmetic surgery. Like,
That's
is
a big one. That's
is
a
that
big
the
one.
is that the new wave?
That's
Is that the new
a big
sexy
one.
nowadays? Ladies, I need y'all to speak
Yes,
because
yes.
I'm like getting all sorts of flack about this whole cosmetic surgery wave. I hear about this Dr.
Hell,
Miami.
we need fella to speak. Like, do you guys find this shit sexy?
I mean, Crash. You started first, so
Right.
like, what say you?
Me personally, I don't care for the fake shit, the implants. I even told my wife.
Nicole is on my live. That's why you saying this shit.
No, I'm saying it pretty. Even she'll tell you. I told her myself
I
because she
know.
even brought up about getting breast implants. I said, no, babe, you're good. Like, I like the way that you are.
But you might like
You
it.
might like it
But
though.
the,
But that's-
the female
that's-
has to feel like,
If
like
she don't
she's
like it-
sexy. So
Right.
if regardless of how many times you tell her she's sexy, if she doesn't internally feel that she's sexy, it's gonna be an issue down the line.
Right.
So you can say all day, like, babe, which is great for you to keep making sure you ensure your wife that she's sexy or the sexiest woman on earth. But if she doesn't feel it, that could bring a lot of problems to the relationship. A lot.
Right. But I still, even on the other end, too, that to me, it brings problems. Okay, if I'm okay with, the fact the way she looks. But she's like, oh, I want to make my ass bigger. And let's say she go to the certain extent, like, okay, your ass is too much for me now, babe. That's still the power of my end, because now, okay, you got too much. Mind you, I'm a booty guy. I like a nice looking ass.
Right.
But at
You're
the
on the
same
same
time,
page. You're on the same
when a
page.
booty too much,
Yeah.
it's just like far-fetched, fucking like out of this world.
Like
too
you
much.
throw it back and you can't catch it type
Like,
of shit.
it's too much to deal with.
You
Like,
gotta get your weight up, B. You gotta get some chest
you
muscles.
got too much ass there
Yo,
in the way.
just
It's
put
like
Tim's on. I'm telling you.
You
It's
gotta
first
get some
time.
traction. You gotta
Kevin
see
Hart
it.
and shit.
You know what I'm saying? This motherfucking yo, it's you gotta be prepared for war when you dealing with those like those booties out there. The shit is crazy. You gotta be prepared for war. You gotta come dressed for success, man.
But,
for real.
But okay, what about the big breast woman? The shit cause back issues and shit like
Whose
that.
fault is that? That's not my
Right.
fault.
Right. And then,
But it's now you in a relationship, now you gotta deal with the shit. Oh, baby, you got the back pain. Let's get your
Then you
back
go out
brace
there and you get them some goddamn bras. You know how much
Man,
a bra is nowadays?
reduce
though,
that
bro?
shit.
Fucking, I'm not a yes or a no. I just think that it just really depends on the person. Like, for me, I could care less about it. I'll take somebody naturally how they are. I don't judge.
Right.
I don't need enhancements. But if you have enhancements,
Okay. This man's face.
if
right
you
now.
have it, though, if you have it, I'm not going to tell you, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not
go
gonna,
take it back.
go,
Get
you
a
don't
refund.
need a
Make sure, at
refund.
least make sure right.
Nah, shit. If it's right for
Fucking
you,
booty
it's
be down
right
on
for
the
me.
side of your calf.
Okay, so perfect example. If it was now this story has been
Yeah.
trending as
Let me
far
hear
as
this.
Black China, right?
Uh-oh.
So Black China got cosmetic surgery
Right.
first on her ass or whatever. It was looking nice. Then she went back to go get more fat in her butt or whatever she went to go do. Now her shit is looking crazy, like
Right.
it's looking ridiculous. And like I think it was Bow Wow that said it. Like he don't mind cosmetic surgery if it's done the correct way. And I think that's probably most of the people angle to it when it comes to cosmetic surgery, because if it's done the correct way and you went to the right doctor and you really invested your money into it and it looks right, then by all means, like do what you got to do, but don't just get a blown up bubble ass and it looks crazy and
Right.
and your legs are skinny but your ass is like so big, like it's just
Unproportionated ass.
right, and your doctor didn't make it round enough. Like it's lumpy, it's all types of shit. Like,
Yeah.
like
Said it's
Fucking
lumpy.
the whole planet on that ass.
I mean, I don't know why she got like Black China, why she got her ass redone. I don't know if it's like the beginning stages where it's like blown up and then it comes down after the swelling. I don't know, but it looks like
Shit
she
starts
was on the
sagging.
beach. She was on the beach chilling, so I'm pretty sure her shit is all done and finished,
Yeah.
and that's the way it looks. So I don't know what I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
I-
I don't know if y'all seen it, but we gonna post a picture of her ass now, and
Let's see that ass.
Y'all let us know. 'Cause
and y'all let us know what, like, if your girl's already come to you and she got a fat ass and she wants to get a bigger ass, like, what is the limit? Like,
I need
what the
Diddy with a
fuck?
big-
At that
Alright.
point, it's like, okay, what's the explanation behind that? Like, are you like a big ass challenge like type thing going on, or like
Where the fuck do they got that at though?
Right.
Big ass challenge.
Only in
Nah.
America.
Nah, I really wanna know, because I it's the thing now. Like the shots and all this other shit is the thing now. It's not just Black China. We ain't just coming at Black China because it's more
Right.
you bitches out there.
Yeah.
Like,
We know.
Y'all going to the lower level folks to fucking get
and you're
y'all
not
shit
going
done.
to the right doc. I
Yeah.
mean, my thing is, if you gonna do it,
Spend
do
the
it.
money.
Like,
do it.
do
right.
it. Like, do that
it all the
shit
way,
right.
you
Like,
know what I'm saying?
don't half-ass it, because at the end of the day, like,
That's your
there's
body. You gotta live with
yeah,
that.
right. It's your body.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, it's the same thing if you get a fake ass like you getting fake hair. Same shit to me. I don't see the difference. It's the same shit. Fake ass, fake hair. You got bundles. She got a fake ass. So for those women who hating on other women for getting a fake ass, but they wearing the whole lace front, shut the fuck up. It's the same shit. Like,
Right.
it's the same shit. You invested your money into getting your bundles or getting your frontal, your lace front, whatever the fuck that is, whatever you call it. But you hating on the next girl that walked past on the beach with
Now,
a fat
my-
ass because you know she got her ass done.
Now, my-
Like, isn't it the same thing though?
Right. Now, my question though, as far as the Black China thing, was it a transplant or an implant? Because that's the difference too.
I don't think she got.
Well,
I don't-
nobody
I-
gets
I-
transplants, Crash.
No.
On their ass?
Yeah.
Transplant.
Yeah. They move the body fat from their belly and put it into the ass.
So that's what that is. That shit is. Oh god,
It's what?
it's nasty. That's just.
I think
It's
she,
more
I think-
natural to get
yeah,
the
Right.
to
fat.
get the fat. I think she got the fat put in her ass or whatever from wherever because I don't know where they got the fat from because she wasn't really that
fat
big
to begin with. Like,
so I don't know where they got it from, but you know, or they probably saved the fat from the last surgery because you know they could do that too.
They can.
They can can freeze your fat or whatever the fuck they could do. They could.
I don't know about
save your fat, but anyway, the fact that she got it done. I mean, if that makes her happy, then cool.
She
obviously
gotta
it does.
I think the biggest thing is like the aftermath. Like, is it not heavy when you walking around the fucking dump truck on the back of your ass? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder when she stands up, does she like some days like fall right back the fuck down? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
and
fucking
it
weight
pop or
imbalance.
some shit. Like, how do you wipe your ass? Like, I wouldn't even want to eat your ass at that point. Like, I don't even want to like fuck out of here. Like, I don't even want to do
that
it.
shit is dead.
Like,
that shit is dead.
You're gonna get lost in her butt. Like, like yo. I don't understand. I don't get it. I mean, for those people, I know it's gonna be hard for people to just call in and be like, yeah, I got myself done or whatever the case may be. But if you are proud of your investment, because I know that there's a lot of girls that are proud of their shit, and I have a lot of friends who are proud of their shit, and they wear it well. Like, they wear it well, and they don't give a fuck. They paid. It's a lot of money, first off, to get that surgery done.
It really is.
And I heard you could fucking put the shit on layaway and shit. Like,
and they go down.
You could put it down. Like, you get your shit done.
They get one done and then wait and get the other one done.
No, like, you could get the full surgery done.
Oh yeah, the down payment, the plan.
Drop
like 2-3 G's and then be paid.
More than that, like, you drop like 5, and then you on a payment plan now on your ass. Like, your ass is
on your ass.
Like, but my thing is,
I'm about to say the same.
My thing is, if you don't pay,
are they gonna take that shit back? They gonna repo your ass?
I'm gonna start a repo booty company.
How does that work? Like, do they burn your ass? Like, I'm trying to.
Oh my god!
Like, nah,
you
for
just
real.
sit around and suck that shit back out.
No, because there's some real beautiful ladies that got their ass done, and it's like, they, you know, it looks right, it looks proportioned, but then when you got people like Black China who did that shit, that kind of
fucks it all up.
It fucks it up for the people who actually
because now you're doing too much.
Got their body in proportion and all that, and then here
she
come with the big ass. Not only she comes with the big ass, but then you got motherfucking Kim Kardashian and her whole Kardashian family
whole fucking
with
Botox,
the big ass fucking lips. What the fuck?
Throwing them injections in their fucking lips, looking like fucking like they sucked all the bottles in the world and shit like that. Got all their lips in the bottle.
Now the question is would you fuck with somebody who has the surgery done?
Surgery, like in general, anywhere?
Who has any type of surgery, whether it's their lips, whether it's their ass, whether it's their titties, any type of cosmetic surgery done. Would you date a female or even be with a female who got that done? Because that also raises a lot of questions. Do you have some insecurity problem?
That's a great question.
And now you know, obviously, that maybe she's insecure. It's a 90% chance that she got that done because she has some insecurities about herself.
Mm-hmm.
I would. I don't give a fuck. That ain't got That ain't
so
got
you
Let me tell you something. Let me turn this shit around real quick. I don't give a fuck. That ain't got shit to do with me. Your insecurities at that point, if we're dating, ain't got shit to do with me. That's a personal problem. You need to carry that shit right back to where the fuck you brought it from. Because me, I ain't there for all the fucking that shit. If we're not coming together as a unit, then I don't. Why do I need to care about, you know what I'm saying, how you feel about the money you spent on yourself? Like, that's me judging you at that point. I'm prejudging you, and I don't want to do that. I'm not there for that.
Now, but if she doesn't say nothing to you about the surgery that she got done, she looks good.
So like, I see her one time, and then the next time I see her, she different, or I see her,
no,
she already had it.
She already have the surgery,
and it just looks good on her.
It looks good on her, but then she tells you when you're actually finally in a relationship that this is what she got done, and she's not done yet.
And she's not done yet.
And she's trying to get more.
Where the fuck does money come from?
Right, that's the first.
Where the fuck does money come
from?
Am
I part of an investment? Like, what the fuck?
Am I included? Is it going to take it out of my savings because I don't got shit?
Me.
Where the fuck does this money coming from? Like you not done? You breaded? Like fucking. Where the fuck is money coming from?
Like, is there a judgment? Because I know back in the day, I used to be like, I don't want to fuck with no girl that got fake anything. Like, and this is before cosmetic surgery was out. I was talking about fake anything, like as far as weave,
right,
and eyelashes and shit, and like, cause bitches be having fake everything, and I used to be like, nah, I want a pure natural type of chick. Like, I don't want no. But then I started to notice that it is
It's the thing.
it's the
thing.
latest.
You
It's the
can't
latest
stop it.
trend. And if this is what makes you feel beautiful, then go ahead. Like then you start to realize that I can't. This is what people like. Like at the end of the day, whether it's fake nails to fake acids, it could go as minor as that. You can't get mad about it. But I know that some girls be bitching when guys get their dicks pumped or whatever the fuck that is.
See, but that's not surgery, though.
They get mad about that, but you walking around with a whole fucking not you on your body.
Right.
Whole
Fucking
not
Barbie
you.
doll.
This is a whole not
Whole
you.
not you.
This ain't even you. We lay down, you take off everything. Like, bitch, you took your skin off. That's how.
Oh, shit.
Like that's when it becomes a problem.
That's
like
for real. Like, and it's worse now because these makeup companies are winning. Like, let me tell you how bad they're winning.
Yeah,
Everybody got a new makeup now.
Yep,
you see Rihanna, and I no hate on Rihanna because Rihanna got a multi-million-dollar. Fenty is that shit is big.
And she making her own.
And she do her own shit.
She's
like
hands-on.
she does her own. She in the kitchen whipping the fucking makeup and shit.
The makeup, not the whipping the night.
Yeah, she doing the makeup. She doing the makeup
Right.
herself, the colors and all of that shit. She in there in the lab with the peoples doing her thing. So shout out to her. But like all these other motherfuckers is coming up out of the woodwork. They got makeup because you dumb motherfuckers want to buy all the goddamn makeup in the world, and there's just not a shortage of makeup in the world for y'all because there's people that just got enough to offer for y'all. Y'all just keep fucking buying the shit, and I don't know how to help y'all, but to like take you there to the store.
It's different when you have a beat face or whatever. It's different, your beat face is natural and it's not caked up. But
Right.
when you spend like 2 hours on your makeup,
And you still
Just-
don't look right.
accept the fact that you ugly. When you spend 2 hours on your makeup, expect the fact that you ugly. It shouldn't take you 2 hours to do your makeup. Like there's not enough makeup in the world it should take you 2 hours. The 45 minutes I give a girl to do her makeup or whatever, because at the end of the day
Right.
you're probably getting bothered by everybody doing your makeup or whatever. But
Right.
there's some girls that I know firsthand. I know you bitches be doing. I was there 2 hours. I was there 2 hours. It takes you to do your makeup. Then that means that you really have a lot of imperfections.
That's some insecurities issues
Right.
too, because I mean, like, there's not a lot of guys anymore. I remember back in the day, like, you know what I'm saying, growing up, and you'd see like the rappers and even just mainstream people in general, celebrities. You could tell that they didn't really wear makeup like that. That wasn't a thing. There wasn't a filter.
Right.
Because the cameras were old. So you didn't need these fucking filters that they use nowadays to fucking put new light on some ugly motherfuckers. They was just naturally beautiful without all of the shit. They just walk around like that. You see them in their bloopers and the behind the scenes, and they were just beautiful people.
Right.
And now, like, behind the scenes, these motherfuckers got on makeup. When they wake up, they got on makeup. When they go to sleep, they putting on
I
makeup.
woke up like this shit.
Yeah, like
You didn't out. Yeah,
bitch,
like no, you
you
didn't.
didn't wake up like that. I'm
didn't.
sorry.
You
There's
didn't.
just no way.
You didn't, and
Beyonce don't even wake up like that, and I know there's natural beauty there, but she don't even wake up like that.
Right,
but she
right.
acknowledges that, and what's wrong with acknowledging that you have flaws and imperfections today?
Right.
Like
like some girls be trying to hide their freckles, and I like girls with freckles.
freckles look good.
I like girls with freckles. Like
Freckles
I
look
don't
great.
understand. Like
You ever had your
why
red
you
bone?
trying to?
Let me not
Gotta get this man.
Don't
out
fucking
your
ask
life.
me
get,
nothing.
get in trouble.
Don't ask me nada.
I'm gonna get you in
Like,
trouble.
Yo, real shit though. Like girls be trying to hide all their beauty marks, and they beauty
do
marks
it.
for a reason. Like
Right.
what I'm not saying is that something's wrong with makeup or
nothing
something's
wrong
wrong
with
with cosmetic surgery. Because I'm for it if the person who's getting it is for it and they know exactly what they doing. Don't go follow somebody and you don't know the process, because it's not just I'm gonna just go get surgery and things is gonna be all right tomorrow. No, there's a whole fucking process with this whole thing, and you're not gonna be looking like a diva the minute you get the surgery. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have that I don't know if it's like a month or two or whatever the case may be,
You gotta
a healing
recover,
process or
yeah.
some shit like that.
So
but
you ain't even gonna be outside.
right, so you feeling to show off your $10,000 booty, but you ain't gonna be able to show it off
Right away out the gate.
right away. So I don't have nothing against it. I just want to know why go to the extreme when you're doing it. Like you want a big ass, but your body is very small.
And you can't even carry your own weight. Some of these girls are like 90 pounds soaking wet. Next time you see them, they like fucking 250 pounds because they done put like fucking 100 and fucking 100 pounds of goddamn makeup and fucking goddamn fat and beef on their bodies and shit, looking like.
But what happened to the natural, like? I know times change and I know shit change and I'm you know, you have to be a chameleon when it comes to the time and what's going on with the now and shit like that. I could get that, but what happened to girls just being okay with having a body like Aaliyah and just a pretty face?
So yeah,
what happened? Like I want to know, like, who first off, who started that trend to make it okay? Because you got the girls that look like the Mayas and the Aaliyahs and the Christina Milians that don't got, you know, they petite, they slim, and then you have the BBWs.
They look good too.
They look good too, well put in proportion. Yeah. And then it's the middle people who
be the ones that's fucked up.
I feel like I need to get my lips done. I feel like I need to get, like, when did that shit start? Because I don't know if I was even, like, I don't even remember what year the shit started to get crazy. Like,
right. It's
like
kinda...
it went from whoop, like real quick, like a real quick transformation. Like it went real quick, like. Who started? Everybody, you know, I heard somebody say Nicki Minaj started, but I know it was way before Nicki did the ass shot.
So I got a comment that just adds value to that, which, you know, one of my cousins, she commented, a woman can make all the changes they want to their body parts and have a nasty personality. You can make major changes and want more change because it's an addiction.
Yep.
But beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, you know what I'm saying? With that, it's just like, that's a fact. That's
right.
No matter how you slice it,
you still ugly. Like,
no matter how you slice it, because people think calling themselves pretty and all of that's your outside, what we see on the outside. No, like if somebody says that you're pretty and you're gorgeous, that they might be talking about your attitude. They might be saying you got a beautiful attitude, like, and then you might come with this stink attitude and just horrible, like just be a horrible fucking person. And I've seen a lot of pretty girls who have a horrible soul. Like,
what?
They have a fucking horrible soul. Not even your soul is ugly.
Who hurt you? That's
right. Like who the fuck
hurt
fucking
you?
Devil in Prada.
Like is it what's going on with the cosmetic surgery? Why is it getting to the extreme? Like what happened? Like what happened to females just automatically believing that they're beautiful? Is it because they don't have the men in their life telling them that they're beautiful?
Daddy them and
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because some people, you know, it's embedded in them because they're told that from young, you know, like you're beautiful. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not. You're beautiful. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not. It's like kind of like your parents are giving you that affirmation from young. Like you're beautiful inside and out. Doesn't matter who tells you anything. You're beautiful. I don't care if you the blackest child I got. You the blackest beautiful thing in the world. Like
shit.
Now it's like girls be afraid to even wear their skin color. You got bitches in Jamaica.
They bleaching out there.
Using their soap
they bleaching the shit
out
out
when I
themselves
seen that
there.
shit, I was.
They got lotions and creams in Jamaica that they put on over a period of time, over like a month or two treatment, and they go like 5 shades lighter.
But because, you know, Vibes Cartel did it too. You know what I'm saying? So it's
like
not just the women. It's
the dudes is really honestly the ones that's been setting this goddamn trend. When you go all the way back to like Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa was your complexion. This motherfucker now look like
a
fucking
ghost.
He
look like
his kids don't even fuck with him.
What's
like,
that
you know
movie
that
fucking
This shit's crazy.
What is The Mask? Yo, this nigga look like no lie. Like what the fuck? Wow. What is going like? You know, we got people on Instagram. Danger_Dre. He said it's a waste of time for Black China's surgery. It was just a waste of time or whatever. Straight Flex _N. He said the same thing that Danger_Dre said is just a waste of time in regards to spending money on more cosmetic surgery. I mean,
they got time. Obviously, they don't work. You know what I'm saying?
Their work is
their
you
work
talking
is their
about them.
that is their work. You know what I'm saying? You by saying things like that is giving, you know, they getting paid. They get paid to do this type of stuff. Need y'all to understand these are tax write-offs for these motherfuckers.
They're gonna get that money right back. They just
back.
right back like immediately.
They get paid, so they can put whatever the fuck they want into their body. I mean, the only people they have to really answer to is God. Really, at the end of the day, like, you know what I'm saying. And I you know what trips me out for real is when it be those women that talk about my body as a temple type shit. How the fuck are you gonna tell me your body's a temple and you letting all these invaders, fucking these Raiders of the Lost Ark, get up in there and fucking stupid ass? You know what
this
I'm
is
saying?
what makes me even more mad when the people when they get the surgery done, and this is not only for women because there's men that got surgery that was big as hell and got surgery done to their bodies as well. So both men and women that got any type of surgery done, when they get on any type of social media and get in the gym and act like the gym did that for them. Don't lie. Like, don't be a liar. Like, don't say, I'm flexing. I'm out here, gym, 6 months at it. Look what my body came to. Like,
done a whole bottle.
But the thing with them, though, is sometimes they have to do that first. But yeah, I can see what you're saying, like how they make it seem like there was nothing in between.
They act like it was nothing done. Like there was nothing done. Like you went from the big pun to now you're small as hell, and now you're saying
look
that
like a rock or somebody.
Right, and now you putting up, workout photos and workout videos, like, dedication, and this is what you got to be dedicated.
Show the journey.
Yeah,
right.
It'll be different if you show the journey and show that, I did get the surgery done. I had to get this done because people like real. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. If I was to see somebody that posted something where their journey was, I got the surgery done before and after surgery, and now I'm staying consistent in the gym because this is doctor's orders in order for me to keep that body. Right. People like the real. Don't get on there and trying to sell these Weight Watchers type of shit, and then say like, oh, it's because I eat this, or it's because I'm drinking protein drinks and I got like this, knowing that there's really people who knew you.
Right. And I think the issue with that is, like you said, people do like the real, but at the same time, you got that group of people, they like the real, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, you're not the same type fitness person we are. You didn't go through what we go through. Because they down people like, oh, this is why you guys ain't winning because you're not in the gym 3 times a day.
That's a fact. And what it boils down to is another comment from my cousin here. She says, those people have a low self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like when you see the cops. The cops, they bully people. They was being bullied when they was younger. You know what I'm saying? They don't know no other way to be when they get to the plateau they trying to get to. They don't know no other way to be but the way that they, to treat people the way that they were treated. Right. Instead of, educating and giving back, that's the first thing they do. I'm going to shit on everybody. You can't shit on people that really know you. Like, I'm sorry to say. You can't shit on people that know who you are.
You before you even, like, they saw you on the block. They saw you getting on a plane to DR. They saw you. Like, these people saw you get on a plane to DR to get your surgery done. It's nothing wrong with you getting your surgery done. It's the way you portray everything after you got it done. Right. Like, oh, well, I did this. I stayed consistent. That's why I was off the book for several months because I was in the gym working out. It's okay to say that you got surgery done because there's people who get millions of dollars to do your surgery. Right. Like, you invested a lot of money. That's like you lying and saying that there's Santa Claus letting somebody else take the credit for something that you doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say it's you. Like, I got the surgery done and I don't give a fuck. Some people want to hide it, but I think that's a great story to tell because there's a lot of women who are in the gym 24/7 and they working out and they don't see no results. And that could be a wake-up call. Something wrong with either the way they're working out or what they're eating and stuff like that. You can possibly educate them and let them know, hey, listen, I was doing the same thing you was doing. I was in the gym all the time, and I couldn't get nothing. I didn't see no results. So I invested a little bit of this, but now I'm in the gym consistently, and here's my results. Right. Like, there's nothing wrong with getting the surgery. That's not, we ain't here saying, cosmetic surgery is the devil. We're just saying when you get it done, don't go overboard. Don't harm yourself in the process of getting it done because we heard a story in New York, in the Bronx. The girl got her ass done by somebody, and that she knew. And she died. She died.
Right. Yeah.
She died because, and I like, you shoot her in the ass and she died, like, literally, like, she died? Like, what type of shit did you give her? So it's like, make sure when you do get it done, there's a lot of people who want to get the same shit done. Just be informative. Just give them the right tools. Like, because you telling them that investing in 1,000 products is what got your results, and that's not really what it was. You're not being true to self. Like,
and
be true to self.
also do your research as far as the long term goes, because like, you know, some of these females that actually get, you know, the breast implants or the booty implants, whatever, they have complications, you know, down the line, you know, back problems, stuff like that, knee problems. You know, if you do go overboard, these are things you got to expect to happen because that's more weight you got to carry around.
Right. And they got to live with that, and their kids got to live with that. And I think, you know, people forget, like, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing when you lugging yourself around. What you going to do when you 60 years old and your child got to lug your big ass around fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
what happens after the fact? Like, I think that we should try to reach out to, like, a doctor that does, like you know, ass surgery and stuff like that to give more information on the process and how you take care of it. Because I know some people think that it's over once you get it done.
Nah.
And
it's not over.
And you have to, you really have to stay on top of it. You have to be in the gym, you know, consistently. You know, these are things that you just have to do. So, like, I feel like, you know,
what's that skin sag?
Right.
Don't tell them when that booty gonna go.
And your skin is only gonna sag because you ain't working. You ain't like you saying you working out, but then
we hear you, but we don't see you.
Right.
You know, I got a comment here. You know, make sure you get that medical physical first. You know what I'm saying? Your body might not be able to take, depending on what you're doing, your body may reject what the fuck you're trying to put into it. Like, I've seen, you know, women where they get those implants and their body rejects it. And that's where the infection comes into play. That's where those different processes, because your body's going to kick that shit out or attempt to, and you're going to get sick. You know what I'm saying? So get a medical physical or of some sort consult medical before you do anything about your options.
With a doctor that's
credible.
Legitimate.
Yeah.
Not only in that realm, but your own personal doctor for your health. Like, you know what I'm saying? Both sides to actually know what you're going to be doing to yourself and how is it going to affect you going forward.
Better yet, get multiple perspectives. Like, talk to a few different doctors. Because, you know, just dealing with one, they can only tell you as much as they know personally or through experience. Whereas if you got several different, like even myself, like when I go get like certain surgeries done, I don't just go to my primary doctor. I say, okay, I got my primary doctor. He told me this thing. Let me go check out this other doctor, see what they say. Because I've had issues in the past where if I had my previous primary doctor, she said one thing, then I went to another doctor, they said something totally different.
But is this for surgery though? Is this for?
Well, these are like things like one time I thought I probably had like a cancer. I had an issue with cancer.
Okay. Well, yeah,
so I went to my doctor, found out, you know what they think about stuff like that, whatever. But even still, like, even with surgery, like, when I had to get my hernia surgery done, I consulted my primary doctor at the time. Because, like, when I went in, I was going for something completely different. All of a sudden, this lady said, oh, you have a hernia. I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, she started asking me this question, like, have I had this happen or have this certain film? I'm like, no, I've never had none of that. Now, all of a sudden, you tell me I got a hernia surgery, that I didn't get it done. So after that, I went to the actual surgeon. And I told him, like, I need you to look into this matter before you do anything to let me know what's really what. So once he verified, he said, you know, he gave me more detail about it. I said, you know, it is a hernia. It's not, you know, very, very major right now. But it's best that they take care of it right now to prevent it from getting bigger versus it getting bigger and have my intestines protrude through the muscle. So I said, okay, once I got that advice.
Basically, what Crash is saying, that go find out about yourself first before you get any cosmetic surgery done.
Know where you at.
Whether it's you feel like it's small, it's just your lips, or you feel like nothing crazy can happen to you for getting cosmetic surgery in your lips, or if you're trying to be like tiny and get your eyes, turn your eyes. It's just a lot of things that a lot of people are doing to themselves, and it's to each his own. Because if you feel like that's what's gonna make you more beautiful, you doing it for self, then that's cool. But just understand that don't look at the stars because they probably did they homework
and they going through their problems.
And that's what people keep doing. They look at these certain people. Oh, they did it, so I can do it too.
They probably did their homework and they probably got the information on themselves. So just because you see that Black China got more surgery and she looked whatever. You might think she looked good with it. You might think she looked bad with it. But she probably did her research, and her doctor probably okayed her, cleared her, and said, you can get more in your ass if you want.
She built for that shit.
Not a lot of you females can do that because you don't know your medical history. A lot of females don't even go to the doctor, but we ain't even about to touch on that.
What we need to do is we get into another track.
We're gonna jump into another track. For real. This is by a girl named Crystal out. Well, this her name is Crystalline. So for those of you who want to follow her on Instagram, just make sure that y'all follow us on Instagram. This song is called Broken Home. She's down in Atlanta right now. She's born and raised in New York City. I want to see what she got. I've been hearing some good news about her, so I want to see what she got. This Broken Home.
Let's do it. No Sugar Radio.
Broken and bruised, no silver spoons, till we would lose, but they ain't have a clue. All that we went through was only made to prepare us. Ripped from the root, from the truth, they tried to tear us. Left alone in the dark, this heart found home in subway train carts, benches at the park, airports, always on the move, surviving at all costs, but I never go back to that broken home where mama was hardly home, father was always gone, sister was hella loose, bro ain't know what to do, grandma ain't have a clue, but grandma she was the glue that kept us all in cahoots. Don't matter how far we roamed or what we did wrong, we still found home and made it our own, even if it wasn't ours. Lord help us, the foster homes was our shelter. Don't go back with them scars, we still have memories, are still vivid, some of those are bone chilling. To the point we would much rather forget it than be forced to relive it. Just with the thought that pain gets revisited, start stirring up old feelings. Yeah, we grown but still healing, still dealing with a part of our being that never growed up. In a part of our past we had no control of. Crack hit and left broken homes, parents that was gone, wasn't long before we was on our own, bouncing around, moving from home to home, searching for affection and acceptance while dealing with neglection and depression. Man, that shit was stressing, but learn valuable lessons in the midst of that. Isn't it a blessing that we was raised, it wasn't nothing to play with. We was cut deep, this life we wanted to leave, but we held on strong, came out with the victory. I said still in amazement of how far we made it. Conditions we was raised, it wasn't nothing to play with. We was cut deep, this life we wanted to leave, but we held on strong, came out with the victory. I said still in amazement of how far we made it. Conditions we was raised, it wasn't nothing to play with. We was cut deep, this life we wanted to leave, but we held on strong, came out with the victory.
Okay.
I like that. That was smooth.
Right, it was definitely
different.
different.
That.
It was different, and different is good.
I like that.
Very
unique.
Like that. Very, very, very unique.
Shout
out to Crystalline out there in Atlanta. She in Atlanta right now?
Yeah, she in Atlanta. Yeah, definitely a William E. Grady alum, Brooklyn School. For those of you who tuned in, that's from the international platform.
Yeah.
And she also shout out to Crystalline too, because she also has a EP coming out May 1st of this year, 2018. It's called No Silver Spooning. The EP is titled No Silver Spooning. So shout out to Crystalline for real. I like that. Broken Home. That's what's up. I like that.
You're gonna be on here for a while, so you might as well just get used to hearing your music.
But Chris Allen, if you listening and you tuned in right now, feel free to inbox us or DM us so that way you can give us a little background on this track called Broken Home, because we want to know who also sang the hook too.
Right.
Yeah. Shorty had a nice, beautiful voice as well.
Get them on the show too, for real.
Right, and that's one of the things that you don't. We play you guys songs on the radio, but y'all also welcome to hit us up in regards to radio interviews. Mm-hmm. We need some more talent in the building, not just from the DMV area, but from everywhere else. So if you're in the East Coast and you in the Maryland area, feel free to hit No Sugar Radio up. Stop by, let's show some love. Don't be scared, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. We need you in the building.
That's why we started this, man, to support you guys.
Right. So what's up? What's going on in the next topic,
Y'all
man?
ready?
I'm ready. I don't know about you.
My man Bruno. Shit.
What's going on, Bruno?
So I think it's been a thing these past few days. Everybody's been talking about Bruno, and I don't know why, but the question has been asked: Is Bruno Mars guilty of cultural appropriation?
Mm-hmm.
When I say cultural appropriation, for those people who do not understand, what I'm saying is Bruno Mars is basically, what people are saying is that he's taking advantage of the loopholes with the kind of music that he creates to infiltrate into our community and gain, a foothold, meaning gain attention, notoriety, and things like that amongst our culture. So he's being, labeled as a culture vulture, essentially. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, what do y'all think about that, first and foremost? Like,
first off, shout out to Bruno Mars. First off,
dancing ass. I ain't got no problem with that boy.
I love Bruno Mars. Like, his music it doesn't give me any type of like, I gotta listen to this because I'm black. I gotta listen to this because I'm Spanish. I gotta like Bruno Mars make music for the people, and I like that. I like artists who in their music anybody could listen to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And in a sense, he gives me that feel, of the Chris Brown, of the Michael Jacksons, of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gives me that feel of people who make music, and you can tell in their music that they're not directing it to any culture. Like, they making music because they love it, they happy, and you can tell that they into it, like it's their passion. So for him being a culture vulture, like I don't think it's that to that extreme. I mean, Bruno's been raised around a lot of black people. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell that boy got some soul in him. Mm-hmm. You could tell he got soul in him. You could tell he does touch back into his roots. I don't think that he's being a culture vulture at all. I think Bruno is not even fucking paying attention, caring about any other culture shit that's going on right now. I think he honestly is just making the world like a better place as far as them listening to good music and making people happy again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you listen to Bruno Mars music, it's something that you can't tell me you listen to Bruno Mars music and you stood there and you was upset. Right. There's no way in hell, or you didn't two-step, you didn't tap your feet, anything. There's no way you can listen to this man music and just be like, man, let me see. You gonna hear his music in barbecues, whether it's white, black, Spanish, Jewish, whatever the fuck, because he makes music for the people. So I don't think that he's being a culture vulture at the end of the day. Like, I think that Bruno is really just being Bruno, and he's showing his soul. Like, he's showing that. Because Bruno has an old soul. I don't know if y'all, he has an old soul.
Definitely.
So he's been around a lot of the older people, the older Motowners. Like, you feel me? So you can tell that he's been around those type of people because of his music. So, I mean, shout out to Bruno, man. I think the people that's hating on Bruno, man, they bitches and their ugly ass friends.
People just always want to start controvery, man.
It's them bitches and their ugly ass friends. They mad because this man is showing his
God-given talent.
Man's winning.
His talent, like he's diverse. Like I mean, you barely find somebody who's all the way black. Everybody's mixed out here. Like, why is it that because I'm this race, I have to rap or sing?
That's the whole thing I don't get. Is like, We are sitting here tomorrow. Okay, we want the world to stop being so racist, but yet we always labeling somebody or putting somebody in a certain lane based off how they look. Like it doesn't make sense. Like the man is an entertainer. He makes music, and if people decide to flock to his music because they like it, then so be it.
We are entitled to like what we want to like. I don't care because I'm black. I have to like what you like. I don't like what you like. You know what I'm saying? Like I think people. You need to. Let's stick to our race. I get it. But at the end of the day, this is music. This man is making music. There's not a lot of people who are actually making music from their soul at this point. Everybody is making what sells. Trap music, gibberish music. He's actually making music, dance film music. You know, the last music I've heard like that you can dance to regardless of what race you are is R. Kelly, Happy People. You know, and that's being played everywhere. And
it don't matter what season, don't matter what.
You know what I'm saying? Like, holiday, the Electric Style. It's only a few songs that can be played anywhere and still.
And it's accepted socially everywhere.
Right.
Anybody will dance to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, I just think that it's another thing and another reason why we find ourselves in a lot of the positions that we're in nowadays. We have so much energy and time to chase people who are trying to make a change however they can by using their talents in order to, you know, entertain and to bring some type of something other than negativity to the world. We're looking for ways to drag them down and lessen their value to the world. This man made a whole fucking CD. And the CD came out a year and a half ago almost, and the one song that he remixed made more attention than the whole CD that he came out with a year and a half ago off the same CD. Just because he changed it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? For the people. Not for, you know what I'm saying, for any particular reason, but for the people. How many of you motherfuckers grew up in the 90s? You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's right, right.
Who can't relate to that fucking song when you heard that? Who can't relate to that? Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit works. It works. And it's entertainment. To judge that man on something that people from back in the day, when you try to put, you know, when you try to have a conversation, like one thing that I heard, I was watching a video and the lady was saying, oh, well, Michael Jackson couldn't make it in this time and era because of the way that he was pushed out to the world. He was fighting to get attention and things of that nature back then. He was fighting to get his videos on TV and things like that. I get it. But guess what? Because of the things that him and people like Prince and those artists from back then, because of that, you have people like Bruno Mars today. That's what's supposed to happen.
Right.
It's not, oh, well, you're taking away from Bruno because Michael Jackson couldn't do it. It's Bruno Mars has the opportunity to do it because they did what they did then. That's how it's supposed to be.
Pay that homage.
You know what I'm saying? And he pays his respects to them. Like that, Prince is one of his favorite artists. You can see it in his music. His music sounds like Prince. I'm sorry. That's me. I believe that he sounds like Prince. And I'm a Prince fan. So, like, if I had to choose between Prince and Michael Jackson, I'm a Prince fan. Me, personally. So, you know what I'm saying? I can relate, but I don't understand why do we have to down people all the fucking time for everything? There's too many other issues you can put your energy to than to be worried about what entertainers are doing, and they're getting paid millions of dollars for it. You're not even getting paid. You're not even getting paid $1 to have a conversation. You're not even getting paid $1 for your opinion. Like,
he's getting paid to entertain, but he really has a love for the music. Like, he has a love for it. Like, Bruno has a love for it. So for people, and I've watched one video of the girl who was talking about him. Shut the fuck up. Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? Like, I don't know if y'all seen the video or not, but I'm on Twitter and she's going off like, oh, he's using the black culture and everybody's getting all mixed up with this black shit. Like, it's cool that other people are appreciating our culture and they want to mimic it. Like, what the fuck is the problem? What's the issue? I don't see an issue. I like Bruno music. I love his style. I love the direction he's going in. This dude is a musician. Like, I like that. Like, he's showing his talents in all forms. Like, he's dancing, he's singing, he's performing. He's actually a performer.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of artists who can perform and still dance and still. There's not a lot of people that can do that shit.
Yeah,
and I
especially
feel like
guys, like women. Yeah,
Right.
you see it a
Yeah,
lot,
yeah.
but there ain't too many guys.
Who's
the
doing
last
it?
guys,
What, with
Genuine
Neo?
back in the day.
Neo?
You can't even count
Neo?
Neo.
Like-
Like Genuine
Can't
back
count
then. Like
Neo.
you got to go back to them days.
Right.
Like that's the last of the dance and Usher and Chris Brown. Now,
Yeah.
those are the last dancers that you can see that, and they lip
but
sync
how
now.
many, how
Like,
many can dance
and actually sing?
at the
Only
same
him.
time?
Only him. I haven't seen anybody else that could do it. You've seen him do it on the biggest stages, Super Bowl, award shows.
I only seen Chris Brown. That's it. I can't see. I didn't see anybody else do it, dance and sing at the same time, and still be able to hold that note.
Shit.
You know, so for Shorty, who's you know, for the people, because she has a whole gang of people behind her
What
in
people?
regards to him being a culture vulture. And if anybody's tuned in right now and they want to, you know, chime in and let us know their opinion,
Call her. Shit.
like, let us know what y'all think about that, because
Y'all want the number to call in? Inbox,
I don't feel like he's being a
DM,
culture vulture, like,
whatever.
for real.
Okay,
We'll give
like
you the
Cheyenne,
number so
she
you can
just
call
stated
in.
that she loves the fact that his music is pretty much made for everyone.
It is.
And right, and like, I don't know, people just like, what the fuck is the hate for? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Oh, like I said, it's this whole label thing. We always want to fight, like I said, for about trying to, you know, not be racist, but yet we keep putting these other labels and putting people in these certain lanes. Like, so fucking what?
Everybody
It's music.
has
It's
to be
entertainment.
categorized nowadays. If you're not
Right.
categorized, then it's like you're special, and because you're special, you need to be categorized. You need to be put somewhere so that way I could talk about you. Because if I can't categorize you, I
Right.
can't talk about you. That's how it is.
But if they want to say that about Bruno, then they could say the same thing about Nelly, because Nelly he's doing the country thing,
Right.
the country music,
Yep.
and he don't have no country in him, no nothing. Like so I mean,
it worked.
and
for
it
him.
worked for him, so it wasn't a problem for people like Nelly to do it. But now all of a sudden, because Bruno is first of all, why they even bothering Bruno? I don't even know what the fuck he's
Right.
doing so far. Like, what,
If you don't
like,
like it,
he's
don't
not
listen to
even-
his music.
he's not even
That's
doing
simple.
nothing bad at the point.
But,
Like,
but even let's take that even a step further. Prince was inducted into the, if I'm not mistaken, into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If
Right.
I'm not mistaken. So, when we talk about, you know, cultural appropriation, if that's the case, look at the time frame that they grew up in.
Right.
They was taking over. What the fuck is the
You
name of
had
that
Run
shit?
DMC as
What was it? It was Soul Train, and what was the fucking the other the white people had their own show. It was kind of like Soul Train, but it was for American Bandstand. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And they was going on Bandstand back then because they had no choice. They had no choice. They had no choice but to get their music out there. And who did they have to get it out there to? The white people. Why? Because there was nobody else that was going to actually be able to listen to their music and enjoy it in a public forum without being blasted by the public. There was,
even before
and
Prince.
this was
you got
before Prince.
You got people
James
like
Brown,
Elvis.
all of them people.
You
They
got
had
people
to,
like
right?
Elvis who's not black, but there's a whole lot of black people who supported Elvis in his music. So if you're gonna really go that low and say, "Oh, Bruno's being a culture vulture," like do your homework. Do your homework on music, period. And go way back to the times where they probably wasn't even born. She don't even look like she was born, period, back then, to understand the art of music. If you understand the art of music, it
It's
doesn't
changed.
Not even my thing is even like, not only that, right? Like even think about right now with all these artists wearing the skinny jeans, stuff like that. That was the rock culture,
right.
and now they're bringing it to the rap culture.
But you know, they're not saying that, you know,
We won't speak on that.
Right.
Lil
Lil Uzi Vert.
being a culture vulture. They're not saying that.
Lil
Like you got
Uzi
rap artists
Vert.
call themselves rock stars now. Like
They
I just
rock
feel like that shit
stars.
is stupid.
Right.
It's dumb. It's just people trying to find a way to bring good musicians down instead of taking pride into the music that they're putting out there. And then in some of Bruno, most of his music is touching a lot of people's lives, and for them to try to,
and it's not negative music,
right? I mean,
it has a message, and it comes from a story. He gave his whole story. He had a story, like he had a whole documentary about himself and going back to where he came from, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop fucking trying to tear this man. You don't even know his life story. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's always when you successful is when people try to find little things to bring you down. And I think this is one of the things, because I haven't heard anything from Bruno, like as far as any negative things in the industry. Now it's probably his turn to get the negative hits, because, you know, every artist go through it. You know, they got the whole success and they good, and they at the top of the charts and everybody's talking about them. But then the public finds something fucked up to say about you, to tear you down, and I think that just comes with success, for real. Like, you can't get away from it. They don't have nothing else to say about the man, but they found a cultural thing. Like he's been. Why you ain't say this when he first dropped his first track? You know what I'm saying? Like, why all of a sudden now?
It's because it's in the public eye. Like his, and that's the crazy part. So when y'all got to remember, if you go all the way back to when Bruno Mars first came out, he was not doing what he's doing now. And that's simply because when you know what works for you, when you find yourself, you take that journey. He had like 3 CDs. This is his third one. His first one was, you know, him filling out music. Yeah, the second one, he was on the track. He figured it out.
He found his lane.
He's in it. This is him. You can't touch me on this. And artists go through that all the time. That's not anything new. You can name your favorite artists. They went through a point where they had to find themselves, find their niche. And their niche might have taken them to a genre where they may have not thought that they was going to be able to touch.
Right.
So, like, at the end of the day, in the words of my son, stop being a hater.
Right. And for real, look at all of the music you're listening to today that have a reflection of something. Right. Who you think they get it from? They ain't just come out the woodworks and just say, oh, I'm gonna be the next. You got people like little groups, like you got people like B2K and some shit.
Where you think they came from?
What do you think? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I like the music. I like Bruno Mars, you know, and his music. He's a talented individual.
Keep doing what the fuck you doing, Bruno. Don't let these motherfuckers try to tell you otherwise. Because they sound real crazy right now. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he probably is worried about it only because
it's an image thing. Like, it could take something as small as that to snowball into some shit that had nothing. Like, you could be minding your business and people will snowball something and create a narrative about you.
Just
and
like
now you have to address
it. what the fuck is it? Azalea? Whatever the fuck.
Azalea.
They saying she trying to be black because she sound like
she has not dropped a song
she's
since.
Trying to be black. That fucked her whole that fucked her whole shit up. Since, and she had a whole clear path. You know, rocking with T.I. had a whole clear path on what it is that she wanted to do, but she allowed the media and the public to deter her from doing what it is that she loved, and she ain't come out with a track, a banger since. And that shit sucks. Like, let these artists do what they do. Like, oh, she got a fake ass, so she went to go get a fucking. She went to a butt reduction or some crazy shit, or I don't know what the fuck. Like, the media is just making everybody feel like, you know, if you ain't black or you ain't white, stay in your lane. And that shit's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. But shout out to Bruno, man. He every track he's putting out thus far has been a banger.
Right. Yeah. Unarguably.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
What?
I don't think I said that right.
Well, then don't fucking say it. You ain't gonna fucking say it right, Crash.
I ain't feel like it rolled my tongue right when I said it.
I don't think I said it right. You asking us like you already said it.
You already said it, bro.
Did I say it
I
right?
feel like in my tongue right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Since we talking about bangers, we about to play the man himself, RNG Tay, flexing banger. Man, we about to play that shit because we have so many bangers on No Sugar Radio, and we gonna have to play it because we running
this
shit.
dude next up, I don't care what nobody say.
Right. Shout out to RNG Tay. We gonna need to get him back in the studio again, because I heard he got some more bangers out. You know, so you know, definitely tell your peoples to call our peoples. Let's get you on the radio.
Right.
Flexing.
No Sugar Radio.
Gang. I told you I think I was fucking coming, man. Damn. Lucky fucking playing with me, my nigga. I'm not playing with y'all niggas, right? Que se enreden mis dedos, me abrazan su brisa, me llenan. It's my time to fucking shine, nigga. Gang, gang, gang. Told y'all we got headed shit, nigga. Gang, gang, yeah. I'm the only young and painting pictures, man. It's getting sketchy, and I'm on my shit like P's and Q's, so you can never check me. Bitch, I'm in the hood, I keep it on me. You can come and test me. Niggas talking shit, bitch, I'ma pop it if you disrespect me. No, I can't fuck with these niggas. Bro, like, what's up with these niggas? Niggas talk shit like a bitch. I look at my wrist and spark up a blunt of these niggas. I fell in love with the triggers. Let me go callin' my hitters. They playing no games, we put them in frames. Them Rugers, they bang like gorillas. I'm stuck in my lane, I'm going insane. These niggas try hop on my train. These niggas be lame, they just want the fame. I'm coming and taking the game. I've been through the pain, they want know my name. I post on my lyrics too strange. The boys are the same, my niggas they change. I look at my fame and be like, fuck them niggas. They some bitches. If you want it, I can pull up with extensions. You 100, but my name ain't in the mentions. Bitch, I'm moving to the money, that's the mission. If I see a ticket in my lane, bitch, I'ma get it. Get that bag and I'ma flip it. It's my time and I can't miss it. Niggas see me get into the check, I'm running to it. They like, table, how you do it? How you jugging? How you move? I be like, bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place. Don't you ever disrespect somebody? Tell this bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place. Don't you ever disrespect it, yeah. Little bitch, I'm flexing. Don't you ever disrespect it? Treat my juice just like a Mac 11. We gon' send a message. Call up Slizzy, yeah, he got extensions. Bullets, we gon' stretch him in my hood. They sending boys to heaven, man. This shit get hectic. What the fuck? These niggas faking like a bitch. They change up like the season. Y'all niggas talking all that shit, bro. Don't give me a reason. They hate the fact I'm coming up, bitch. I ain't never leaving. You gotta stand for something, bitch. I stand with, I believe in. Oh my god, I'm going hard. You a bitch, and I'm a boss. You see the drip, I got the sauce. She see my wrist, she on my head like what it cost. If I see a ticket in my lane, bitch, I'ma get it. Get that bag and I'ma flip it. It's my time and I can't miss it. Niggas see me get into the check, I'm running to it. They like, table, how you do it? How you jugging? How you move? I be like, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place. And don't you ever disrespect somebody? Tell this bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place. And don't you ever disrespect it, yeah. Bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place. And don't you ever disrespect somebody? Tell this bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place, little bitch a place, bitch a place.
Man, that shit will light the fucking club up.
Bitch and flex and no you. And just know that this boy is 17 years old, right?
19.
19,
Yeah,
right?
whole
19.
camp 19.
19 years old. The whole camp is 19 years old. So there's no excuse for any of you 19-year-olds that's trying to get into the music industry.
Nobody wants to hear it.
He's actually doing the damn thing. Like, you
Him
know,
and
like
his whole management team,
Like,
they doing
his
it.
manager's 19, his photographer's 19, his co-manager's 19, he's 19, his
Right
members
here.
are 19. Like, they doing the shit.
So shout out to RNG Tay, man. Shout out to him. Follow him on Instagram or whatever the case may be. Follow him. Just keep following him and following him. I
You
don't
can find him
know.
on No Sugar Radio.
You
Right.
can, and he's gonna be there because you know what? That's what we do. We build
The dude's
relationships and we hold them. We hold them because these artists here that we bring on the show, like they're the people that after we went through all the no's, these are the people that actually stepped up and brought their music here and provided it to us for us to be able to put out on a bigger platform.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So nothing but love on this side, for real. While we over here,
we got a lot of dope artists though.
a lot like.
A lot
I
of
like
dope
them
artists. For
exclusives.
real.
We get them exclusives. You know, shits be bangers. What?
You be over there doing that little crackhead. I think we made that little corner over there just for you. Like, there's a space if you notice. It's just for him. Like,
Just a
He's my
space for
channel
Crash,
space.
man. We need a
Yeah,
space just
real,
for Crash.
like,
I be
Yeah.
wildin' sometimes.
I wanna take the time out to really, you know, shout out my mother-in-law real quick, Giovanni Jackson for dropping that Bastard Child, and Aaron on the talk this week. She doing big things. go Google her. I don't even want to, I don't want to name drop, but just Google her and get the book, get the Bastard Child book. Yeah, it's on Amazon right now.
It ain't even expensive. You
if you
like $17.99.
cop the book,
I'm about to grab that.
And when you get the book and you finish reading it, call in the No Sugar Radio and give us your reviews on it. Like it's no sugar. At the end of the day, it's your view. At the end of the day, it's your read. And you do what you do. But I can tell you this. You might want to get that book.
Right.
You might want to get the book. Shout out to the Talk for having her as a special guest too as well. That was pretty dope. Just to see that all come to life and shit. So it's some more things she got in the pipeline. But I just wanted to take that time out to shout her out real quick because she's doing big things out there in the Vegas world, in the East Coast. West Coast world. We need to get her on the East Coast.
Right.
We trying to get her on this type of time.
Yeah, we don't get her on this time. Because the power moves are being made. And again, there's people out there who's following their goals and really pushing to do what they are put out to do. And there's some people who are sitting on their ass and just making negative comments.
Waiting.
Keep the hate to yourself.
Keep it to yourself.
Keep the hate to yourself. While you keeping it to yourself, go purchase the book, Bastard Child. Sit your ass down and go read that shit.
Something.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck is wrong with y'all?
Right.
Shit.
So we go jump into a next topic right now. You know
what pissed me off this weekend? Something came across my timeline, and I think this was in New York. This girl, she had a baby, and this baby was supposedly in the car seat in the car, and she went and pulled off and turned around, and the baby wasn't in the car seat. So when you go online and you see, there's a viral video going around right now of a baby crawling in the street, like infant crawling around in the street, and somebody stopped, and I guess they picked up the baby, they called the cops and stuff like that or whatever. This woman gonna say that she didn't know that the baby wasn't in the back seat. She put the baby, strapped it in the back seat. But your baby's on a viral video crawling in the street when you're nowhere to be found.
I mean, I ain't the smartest person on this planet, but if you put your baby in the car seat,
baby,
close the door, and you talking about you drove off, and all of a sudden the baby just landed in the street. I don't know what car you driving. I don't know how that even works. But the video I saw, there was no car seat. It's not like you said, the back of the car was you got the mom, the soccer mom type of vehicles. I still don't understand how the cars. You saying you strapped the baby
walking. The baby was crawling.
Right, the baby was crawling, and the crazy thing is, the baby looked like she jumped out of a plane because she had her arms up and the legs up because it was cold. It's cold in New York right now. We just had a snowstorm. It's cold, so the ground was cold. The baby was trying not to touch the ground, but the body of the baby was on
the ground.
Right.
Was on the ground, but she was trying to move her. You know how when it's too hot and you touch the surface and you're trying to put your hands up. The baby was doing that because it was freezing cold outside. Had a onesie on too.
Onesie with the feet was in it though. It wasn't like the feet was out, but the feet was in it, and that was it. No sweater.
Nah,
it looked like that baby was put outside. I'm gonna tell you right now. And at the end of the day, shame on you. I hope you fucking rot in jail for a long fucking time.
That was her plan to go and
commit
suicide or something after that. That's unexplainable.
Shit, she did her worse than Brenda.
If you didn't want the baby, there's ways of expressing that, and there's other positive ways of getting the baby out of your care. Because if you go to the police station or something like that and you tell them that you're not in the right mind to take care of the baby or wherever you go, hospital, whatever, there's ways of giving your baby to someone who can take care of the baby. But that negligence and man, I don't know. It was at night too.
It was nighttime. It was in the cold of the night. Fucking viral ass video. Man.
And lucky the person who was driving got out the car instead of being a regular New Yorker and driving as fast as possible.
Right.
and running over the baby, because then they would have tried to charge. She probably wanted a case or some shit. She probably wanted to get a case or whatever the case may be. But I just feel like that right there, she need to be in jail.
Yeah, she got caught. She's locked up now. I hope that they throw her under. Give her like she need some time to really think about what the fuck she did. Because I don't know if she was in the right frame of mind. I don't care if she was in the right frame of mind.
Right.
There's no way you could be in the right frame of mind doing something like that.
Hey, she needs help. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a baby. Like, it's.
I don't know. To me, the story just don't add up, and I don't think you have to be a math person or the smartest person on earth. But if you told the cop that I strapped my baby in the car seat, cars have doors, they close. How the baby end up out? You telling me that this baby done opened the door and left herself out in the street? Like, the story don't add up. I just feel like that's bullshit. You tried to drop your baby to
Straight
somebody.
neglect.
Yeah, you didn't want that child. Like, for you to leave that baby out there in the fucking street at night. You wanted something to happen to your child.
And another thing, in the middle of the street, like, you know, the baby was in the street. It wasn't like the baby was on the sidewalk. Baby was in the street, like, crossing. Like, I don't even want to talk about it because that shit is pissing me off. Like, when I wonder what the cops said when they fucking picked her up. I wonder if it was a female cop that picked her up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right, yeah, because
like a mom
you be more emotional to the situation.
Yeah, that shit is crazy to me.
Like you were saying earlier, can't you leave your baby on like a church step or something? Like if you felt like you really couldn't, King, if you like you said something earlier where
so there's certain states like where like in Virginia, for instance, a lot of southern states, you can go to the church and put the baby on the step. And the baby, like, the church will take the baby in. And
now, no questions asked, like,
no questions asked. It's kind of like anonymous, almost in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that, like, and that's just it. You don't have to.
So look, there's ways.
There's ways, but you gotta look that shit up. Like, you can't just be dropping your baby in the middle of the road.
My thing is, don't have sex.
But they don't want to. They want to keep fucking and keep. You know, it's sickening how people don't want the relationship piece, but they want to act like they want to do all of the relationship shit. They want to make the babies, they want to fucking play house and shit. They don't want to pay the bills though. They don't want to work for nothing. They don't want to build nothing together. They just want to fucking say, "Hey, I got a baby and he's mine." Or she's mine and yeah, I put a baby in that bitch. Like, what else is there? What else can she do? What else can he do? Like, you know what I'm saying?
What can she be charged for outside of?
That's a great question. I know that's neglected already.
Neglect.
Off the rip, that's neglect. What else? I don't know. Is there a lawyer in the house? Who looking?
Right. Is there somebody that know a situation? We ain't saying if you did it. We don't want you to fucking incriminate yourself. But I just want to know, like, what can you charge her for this? Because she's saying this is an accident, basically. This is an accident. She didn't do this on purpose. She drove off. Any mom that it's a natural instinct to look in your rearview mirror to make sure your child, like, so you telling me you drove off for blocks and blocks and blocks, and you didn't hear anything. You just didn't. You didn't
hear the door shut or open. Like,
you didn't look in your mirror. Like, every parent, when they're driving, they consistently keep looking in the mirror to see whether or not if their child is, moving around, being so fidgety, or, they drop their bottle, pacify, whatever the case may be. You're looking and to be a mother. That just is shocking to me because, females already have that instinct. Like, they already could see when they with their eyes closed in the back of what's going on. Like, put your fucking hand down. Like, and it's like, you ain't even see me. How you know that I got my hand up? Like, so it's just it drives me crazy to know that she said she drove off and didn't know that the baby was in the street. How did you drive it? Or did you forget to put your baby in the car? Let's get down to that, because there's no way you locked the baby in the car seat in the car and you drove off and she's not there anymore.
The baby reached the door handle, opened the door, like, come on.
Nah, somebody put that. It probably was one of them fucking boyfriends or fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know how that shit worked. Like,
had to be. It had to be.
You know how that shit works.
Had to be one of the boyfriends, or maybe she just, she just didn't want to. Maybe she just didn't want to deal with her child or whatever the case is, because, like, I don't know. I just feel like that's just bullshit. Like, that's bullshit to me. That's bullshit.
And for her to sit there and come up with that lie, like you said, I'd rather you say, "Hey, I forgot that baby."
Right.
But even still, that's not, that doesn't make it, any better. But still, like, that story to me makes more sense versus, I put the baby in the car, strapped the baby in.
Yeah, that's just fucking retarded. That's fucking retarded. Bitch, you lying. You need to go to hell, under the jail, whatever it is. But we gonna jump into another track before we get our special guests in and do all of that. This track is called Lala by the girl Manye. One of our dopest guests, female artist out of she's out of the DC, but she said that she got Baltimore.
Yeah, she's like up.
So she's really DMV. She's really DMV.
Yeah.
So this is called Lala by Manye. Follow her on Instagram. Dope individual.
Yeah.
No Sugar Radio, people.
Hey, this is your girl Manye, and when I'm in Baltimore, I'm listening to No Sugar Radio.
I just wanna live and have some fun. Don't you know the party's just begun? La la la.
Come inside. We all are here to have a real good time. Kick your feet up, have a glass of wine. Ease your mind. 'Cause we're gonna live and party, get on the dance floor. Work out, put out, turn up a little more. La la la. You make me wanna say la la la. Feeling your body, you feeling mine. La la la. 'Cause we're gonna live and party, get on the dance floor. Work out, put out, turn up a little more. Bitch. We all just tryna get it lit. Loving the way you're moving my hips. I just wanna have a good time. I just wanna live my life. High as a kite. All but shit aside. You make me wanna say la la la. You make me wanna. Feeling your body, you feeling mine. You feeling mine. La la la. 'Cause we gonna live a party, get on the dance floor. Work out without your party.
Nah, Manye. We need you. We need you to give us some more track. If you haven't copped her EP, definitely cop her EP ASAP. Like,
yeah,
that shit is dope.
I need to do that myself.
She got 5 singles. That shit is dope. I'll be listening to that shit on a regular. But shout out to Manye, one of our continuous like guests that she stay in contact with us. And that's what's up.
Dope.
Like, she usually use the No Sugar the No Sugar platform, a lot, and that's pretty dope, to stay
in, just keep coming back, like, not because we're asking them to, but because they want to.
Right.
It helps their career as an artist, for one, because they know our level when it comes to the music industry and what we're striving for. So it's always good to stay plugged in.
Right.
Especially like somewhere you already kind of started.
When you have a home, when you have a home, it's always good to have a station that really supports you and got your back, because there's not a lot of stations, out there that care about the artists and really care about their future, like as far as them, progressing and
right.
getting on that right path. So, shout out to Manye. She's a pretty dope individual. We'd love to have her back on the show, talk about her EP.
Definitely.
But our special guest, we on our international wave. You know, we decided to switch it up a little bit, turn it up a little bit,
reach out a little bit more.
Yeah, reach out to our international supporters. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been supporting us for a while, and we just want to show love back. And we got a guest. Her name is Maria Muller.
Yep, Maria Muller.
Maria Muller. She's out in the UK. This lady is she knows the importance of artist branding.
Her story.
Yeah, her story is pretty dope. I mean, we gonna. Yeah, right. So what we gonna do is we gonna jump into another track, and we gonna bring Maria on the line with No Sugar Radio, of course.
All the way from the UK.
All the way from the UK. But right now, what we gonna do is play this next track by our boy Digga called Ask God. No Sugar Radio, B.
Hey.
Turn me up. Yeah. My 24 years of life, I was looking for guidance. All I had was drug dealers that's addicted to violence. Had mommy, but she couldn't teach me to be a man. Left the house at 15, grabbed the heat and some grams, proceeded to plan. Scheme that could get me to the top. Knew we wasn't kids no more when Funk got shot. Then Rel got shot, it was hell on the block. By then I was 17, selling peas non-stop. It was regular, danger was regular. Anger would try to bang you if you were ahead of us. Living with my aunt and 3 kids, her man did 3 beds. My mom sheltered me, who thought I'd be a street kid? Hit the ground running and had to learn quick. Man of my word, 0 tolerance for bullshit. High point, full clip, hit a nigga in his lips. But it was shit, caught the snub with the rubber grip. Sometimes I sit back and wonder why was I put in this world, is it just to die? Try to reminisce about the last time that I cried. So many questions, so I ask God. Sometimes I sit back and wonder why was I put in this world, is it just to die? Try to reminisce about the last time that I cried. So many questions, so I ask God. Gucci fragrance, Gucci frames, no Gucci belt. Money all I need for motivation, but the coochie help. Just a wild teen popping bottles of the rose. With my hand on my thing, in case you stepped on my toes. Nigga, literally, major pain, niggas little league. I don't wave it, shit, I aim it, slinging on my enemies. That's a fact, I don't wanna be like the homies. Kept it real even with the niggas I know phony. Only reason they hate is cause they wish they could clone me. Better yet, wish they had the drawers I got on me. Shit is sad, get off my dick and get your dad. That's who you should be mad at. I'ma stay in my bag, I ain't waving no flag. Got too much heart, always wise enough to know when it's time to depart. And this rap shit is real, let it spill through my art. Can't let this shit I built fall apart. Sometimes I sit back and wonder why was I put in this world, is it just to die? Try to reminisce about the last time that I cried. So many questions, so I ask God. Sometimes I sit back and wonder why was I put in this world, is it just to die? Try to reminisce about the last time that I cried. So many questions, so I ask God.
Yay. We are now back.
Back. No Sugar Radio.
Right, just trying to get in contact with our special guest. You already know how it is from the UK when you calling in.
That's the long distance.
That long distance wave. So, bear with us.
It's coming. It's
bear
happening.
with us.
It's happening.
This is our first international call for artists.
Right, and that's pretty dope. This is our first.
Yeah.
This is our first international wave right now.
She can own that one.
Our first international call. So y'all make sure y'all bear with us in this.
Right. I just hope she got
technical
time
shit.
to tell that story though. Like I was just like when I read it, I'm like, what? And
She got a pretty dope story.
Right.
Pretty dope story.
Like, and it's nothing like savage or anything like that. She had a really
Yeah, because people have the typical story, like the
right.
typical. I was raised in the projects.
Her story was strictly that leap of faith.
I was raised in the slums. Like, Okay. Look, it should say a United Kingdom. Ha. Yeah. ha.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? How you
Hello,
doing? Is
is
this
it Ty?
Maria?
Yes, this is Maria.
Yes, this is Ty from No Sugar Radio. We got you live on air right now. First and foremost, we would like to welcome you to the No Sugar Radio platform here in the United States.
Yes.
You know, we definitely appreciate you reaching out to us in regards to getting you this interview, and we're pumped up. I'm here with the fellas.
Right.
Guys, introduce your names and stuff.
Well, I'm Crash. You know excuse me, like. Cause I'm gonna be honest, like I'm very, like Ty said, I'm very excited because the fact, you know, we're reaching out to somebody in the UK, and this is our actually first interview international. But anyway, I'm Crash Cole, also, you know, one of the hosts of No Sugar Radio as well as the owner. I'm the narrator of the show,
and I'm just me. I'm King Action. I'm
right.
here. I'm
Hello,
here for
Crash.
the laughs, and I'm here for the. I bring the seriousness to the show.
Well, we could turn it up a lot in here so we could hear it in here so everybody could hear. We also got a live going right now.
Am I?
Yeah,
Can you hear as well?
Maria?
Yes. Are you getting me? Are you getting me a signal? Is my signal clear?
Yes.
Can you hear
you're
me?
great. All right.
Yeah,
You're
we can
clear.
hear you. We can hear you now.
Absolutely.
We can hear you now.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for organizing the interview this evening. Well, it's evening time in the UK. It's about 7 o'clock. I think it's around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Baltimore time.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, it's 7 a.m. in the UK?
No, it's 7 p.m. We're
7
4
p.m.
hours ahead of you.
Okay. Okay, that's
Yeah.
not bad. I thought
Right.
it was.
That's not bad
I thought
at
it was
all.
more.
That's not bad at all. So
That's not bad at all.
right. So what we wanted to do was we're gonna start off by introducing yourself and the type of genre the music you put out there in the UK first and foremost, so that way people know exactly, you know, the angle we're going on with the show.
Right. Okay. Well, I started off about a year. I started off as a classical singer, and then just about a year ago, I decided I wanted to do my own work. I started off with the album Photographs and Faces, which was released by Warner Music Singapore on August the 25th of last year, and that's more like a folk sort of new world type genre.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that the Singapore audiences were more into pop. So I tried my hand at that too, and that's why we released the single Lost in January of this year.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, so Lost came out this year?
Lost.
Lost, that's one of the singles.
Yes, Lost came out this year, that's correct. I took it from one of the songs of the album Photographs and Faces. The original was Lost in Your World, and the more sort of modern, sort of pop-sounding track, which is now Lost, was released in January.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Just like getting into it. Okay.
You know what makes me I'm excited. I'm excited because you're really, this is history for us because you're really our first guest, our first international guest, and our first phone interview, right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, you're the first one. So
yes,
you know, this
phone
is
interview.
Right. This is like the dopest of all because
this is fun.
Yeah, this is fun because we this is our first time actually going through this whole thing with you, and I truly really do appreciate you letting us be. I don't know if you had any other interviews in the United States as far as radio goes. I don't know.
No, this is my first.
Yeah. Oh, snap. Y'all heard it first. This is her first. Love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Great.
So I want to thank you too. You guys, for the work that you do, because your platform is absolutely amazing in terms it gives all artists from all over the world a good fighting chance to get their work and their music heard.
You want to make me cry.
You want to make Crash cry over here. Yes. You about to make him cry. So I want to jump right into it. What led you into the track Lost? Because that's the first track that I wanna play on our end. Or we should just play the track first and then let you.
because I haven't heard it yet.
Right. So what we gonna do is
go right ahead.
we gonna play the track "Lost," and let our audience see the style of music before we let you explain it, so that way they can get it back in. Is that okay with you?
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Cool.
That's
So,
perfect. That's perfect. Go on ahead. Yes.
all right. So guys, this is Maria Muller, "Lost." You heard it first off. They're on No Sugar Radio
From the UK.
From the UK. I need everybody to tune in. Go follow her on Instagram.
Share.
Muller Music on Instagram. Share everything.
Message.
Comment. We want to hear what everybody's opinion on this.
Yes.
This track is called "Lost."
No Sugar Radio.
Hold on, y'all. We gonna make sure that this track plays clear because we want y'all to really get a glimpse of her music. So Maria, are you still online, right?
Yes, I'm right here. You just go right ahead and play it.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Right.
See, you know that this is our first, international wave. So we gonna run that back. "Lost" again by Maria Muller. We sorry about all of the mix up, the technical difficulties over here. But this is called "Lost." Make sure y'all tune in right now. No Sugar Radio.
Let's go.
I was lost in your world of crowded rooms and memories. I called out to be heard, but I couldn't reach you. There's no room in your heart. Yesterdays that haunt you. I thought love was my light, but I was in the shadows. I have to go so I could breathe again. It'll shatter my world to walk away. Alone while with you. I was lost in your world of crowded rooms and memories. I called out to be heard, but I just couldn't reach you. I have to go so I can breathe again.
two worlds. It has no tomorrow. I'll move on to free you, to find me. Go find your rainbow. I have to go so I can breathe again. It will shatter my world to walk away. I walk away. I can't hold on to another day. I hurt you more if I stay. I hurt you more if I stay. I hurt you more if I stay.
I like that.
We are now live back on No Sugar Radio. We have our special guest, Maria Muller, out in the UK. That track that you just heard was Lost. Maria, you still on the line?
Yes, I'm right here.
Yes. Can you give us a backstory of Lost? Was that something of a ex-boo or a ex-man that you... Give us a backstory.
Well, it was very sort of like difficult time in my life. It was a second marriage for me, and my partner's name is Fiona. Mm-hmm. We were going through a difficult time together, and we sort of were apart for about a few months. And I was feeling quite lost at that time, and I think so was she. But we've gotten back together, and the marriage is stronger than ever, so it's fine.
See, now, we like that. See, you know, you give me hope. You give me hope, man. Cause
well, absolutely, guys. If in a relationship there's arguments and discussions and difficulties, you know, it doesn't mean it's over. Mm-hmm. It just means you have to sit down and really talk from the heart.
So do you think that now a lot of relationships, the newer relationships, that nobody have patience to sit down and, like you said, talk. Nobody wants to talk anymore. They want to text and email.
Yeah, actually that's true. Nobody. It seems that, I don't know. The world has become so. I don't know. The technology has become so foremost in our lives, and we don't take the time to put the mobile phone down, have dinner with someone we love or someone significant in our lives, and say, "Let's talk. Just talk." You know. And that's what Fee and I did, and it strengthened our marriage.
Right.
And I think we're in a really great place. Also, another thing that we don't. Not only don't we have patience, but I think we have too much expectation.
There you go. That's a number one.
So the relationship doesn't. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. I think we have too much expectation. I mean, unconditional love really means, at least I've learned late sort of in my life, means you don't expect the other person to make you happy all the time or that they do the things that you want all the time. Mm-hmm. They're not actually obligated to do that. You accept them for who they are. They accept you for who you are. And if there's a request to be made, you make it, and it's their decision whether or not they want to give in to that request.
Right.
Because if you expect and obligate the other person to do everything you want the way you want, it isn't love, it's manipulation. Don't you think?
Right.
I do. That's a different insight.
That's a whole nother insight. You schooling us. I mean, I'm 30 years old, so you know I like to take in a lot of advice from people who've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I like the fact that you broke it down. First off, it just schooled me and took me to church
on Sunday.
Just took me to church.
I don't mean to preach. I've been through it. So yes, Fiona and I've been through it, and we're in an absolutely happy place and understand each other more because we really sat down and talked. Because you know when conflict happens, right? You just slam doors and don't talk to each other. It doesn't help. You have to talk.
Right. And communication is key. I'm big on that. Communication is key. If you don't have communication, then you don't have a relationship. Mm-hmm. You know?
So let me ask you this real quick, Maria. You mentioned the name of your album was Photographing Faces. What made you come up with that name? Like, what made that name come about for your album?
Well, the album is called that because there is a track called Photographs and Faces, and it's really about. It was a time when the problem of refugees was upmost in the minds of the people. Of the people of the world. It was a problem. Mm-hmm. I was watching television. I was watching CNN actually, and I saw this young boy, probably 3 years old, and his body was buried in rubble. And as a mom, I just stood up and started to really. I got so frustrated. Mm-hmm. Because refugees are people too, and right. They're not just nameless faces. And I know that they sort of challenge our ordered lives, but they're people too. Right. I mean, Christian Amanpour of CNN said, refugees are people too. Mm-hmm. Every single track of the album, in a way, is kind of like Photographs and Faces because it's an experience. It's about it's either an experience or. I wrote a song about about a conversation I had with my daughter, which is the track "Traveling Man." Mm-hmm. I also wrote a song about the Piper's Calling, which was inspired by a video that went viral of a plane, the entire plane being asked not to disembark because the widow of a fallen soldier was there to receive his flag-draped casket. And again, so all of us, we are all sort of photographs and faces, and so are the refugees. And that's why I came up with that title for the album.
That's deep.
Okay, I like that. So what really sparked my interest about you was the fact that you said before your career started, you sold everything.
Right.
Like you sold everything to pursue music. And I think that's courage because, I mean, a lot of people don't want to risk what they have now to follow their dreams because they're scared of the what ifs. What if it don't work? What if it, like they're so scared. But the fact that you just basically threw it all away to follow music, like what sparked you? How did that even happen for you to say, forget all of this stuff? Right. I'ma just pursue music and leave my life that I had, and leave it behind.
Well, I think I was at a point in my life where there was this really deep emptiness. I had this deep need, longing to do something that really came from my heart. And I knew that if you had, 1 foot, out of the door, 1 foot in the door, it's never really going to work. But this is me because I guess I'm just really radical or mental, But I said, okay, this is going to be a quest. So a quest is something that, there's no promise, there's nothing. You're all hyped up and ready to go and positive, just like an expedition, and then you meet up with all the challenges along the way. But I felt that that longing in my heart was stronger than the fear of losing my security. Mm-hmm. And that's how I decided, okay, I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this. And I know that somehow I believe that if you go into something with your heart and soul, that the universe will help.
And that's a fact. That is something that a lot of people fail to realize when they go on their journey. Sometimes that journey is very lonely until you run into people who have like minds. Mm-hmm. So I guess my question for you would be at that point, like, how did your family, like your family, your friends, and even your loved ones, like the people very close to you, how did they take you making that decision to sell up your things and actually go on that journey, pursue what it is that you really wanted?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, there was a stunned silence.
I bet.
Sounds about right.
It was like absolutely silence of the lamb, the room. Like my sister Jennifer, who's in Boston, she'll tell you that once Maria has her mind set on something, she's like a bull in a china shop. She just goes. I guess it's just my personality. And
you're a risk taker. It sounds like you.
Yes, there was a stunned silence, but sorry.
It sounds like you're a risk taker, a huge one.
I am. I think I absolutely am. And yes, there was a stunned silence, but I think they had enough respect for me to say, give me a hug and say, okay, good luck and all the best.
And sometimes that's enough. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's all you really need, you know, to go. Like, a lot of people be expecting their family to be 100% on board and they're going to ride the train with you. And sometimes it's just not meant
Right.
for that to happen. They're not on the same level as you. They don't have the same level of thinking. And they're not trying to do what you're trying to do with them in mind. You know, what you're trying to do and what you've been able to do over this time period is to not only provide for yourself, but to give back to your family. So, like, it's amazing because they don't see that in the beginning. You know, they look at it as being selfish a lot of times.
Right.
And it happens. But, you know, that's
Well,
why perseverance.
Yeah, well, my family has been very, very supportive every step of the way, in whatever way they can be. My sister, my ex-husband, my daughter, and my partner now, Fiona, they've been very, very supportive every step of the way. Although, yes, it's insane to do what I've done, and but at the time of my life, it felt right in my heart, so I did it.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
That's definitely
Following your heart. What before you turned to music, like what was life like for Maria? Like before you turned to this whole risk taking.
Before I started music, well, I'm originally from the Philippines, and I'm now a Swiss citizen because my ex-husband is Swiss.
Mm-hmm.
My life was like I had businesses of my own, but I was also a full-time. After my divorce, I had to be a full-time mom. I had the privilege and to be able to be a full-time mom, so that's what I was. And I basically, when you're a mom and you're raising a child, you put your life on hold. But the desire to pursue music never left my heart, and so I put my life on hold until my daughter turned 18 and went to university in Boston. Mm-hmm. And then I just said to her, I'm going to do this. What do you think? And she goes, Mom, it's your turn. It's your life. Go get it.
That's awesome.
So the track that you have dedicated to your daughter, was that Traveling Man?
Yes, Traveling Man. We had a long conversation on WhatsApp one day because she was dating someone who was a traveling man because of his work, and it was very difficult. I suppose. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, it was difficult for a girl to be waiting around, and so I said to her, "No, you've got to love yourself, so you could love him," and that's exactly what the song.
Okay, so we want let's jump into that track, Traveling Man. I want to hear it before you go into detail.
Okay,
all right.
Great.
This is No Sugar Radio. We're gonna jump into this next track called Traveling Man. Y'all stay tuned. Listen.
Yeah.
Tonight until you know right from the start that he can be just who he is and you would love him. Love is not a game to play if you're not sure of what you want, if you're not sure of what you need and what you're giving. He's a traveling man. 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 Give yourself the time to know how truly strong you are inside. Love yourself and only then can you love him. Give yourself the time to know how truly strong you are inside. Love yourself and only then can you love him. He's a traveling man. He's a traveling man. He's a traveling man. He's a traveling man.
like that. I like that.
That thing sound like it was about to break down.
Right.
That thing was about to go somewhere else. I love
You're
that.
now tuned in to No Sugar Radio. We have our special guest, Maria Muller, in the building. She's definitely live from the UK right now. And I like the sound of it.
Right, it makes me more relaxed.
That's a song you would listen to when you're traveling. Like, you know,
for
it sounds like it sounds like, you know, you just traveling like you really about to get to your destination.
It definitely blows time away. So
Me.
all right. But yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit more in depth when it comes to your life. I was being nosy, honestly. I went to your website, checked that out. I was on your IG, and I noticed this clip you had, you know, about you know, starting this weight loss boot camp. I just want to know, like, how was that going for you? Because I've never seen, like, we have people out here, you know, in America, you know, they're weight loss activists, but they've never went to that extent like you did and made these, like, video clips, you know, this advertisement. I feel like that's a big deal for you. So I just want to know, how is that going for you right now?
Yes, actually, I just returned from weight loss boot camp on Friday. I just finished it, actually completed it, and I want to thank Reboot Dorset Fitness Boot Camps, headed by Mark Hooks and our trainers Joe Selby and Neil Heritage, and the entire gang. They actually were my absolute rock and support. I've lived a very sedentary life for many years, and my daughter and her dad, who were really fitness buffs, and my partner Fiona, were encouraging me, you know, to get my act together with regards to my health. And my daughter just came from boot camp in Thailand, and I said to her, "What are you doing? You're very slim and trim. What do you need to do this for?" And she said, "Mom, it's not about being slim. It's about being fit." And she goes, "My health is the only thing I have control over, Mom, nothing else." And that was quite a sobering statement.
Right.
It hit me hard because I said, she's right. You know, there's only one thing I can control, and that's my health. So I figured, take control of my health before it controls me.
Right.
If unfortunately one day I continued the way I was, I'd probably end up with a debilitating illness, and it'll be too late. And the boot camp was in this absolutely beautiful place in the old rectory in Dorset, and we had an absolute fabulous time. It was murder. Mark is probably listening right now, the head chief. He knows it was murder for me. I mean, the first day we were supposed to do a 1.2 mile run, and dudes, I've never run in my life. I've never. Okay, and so the rest of the gang just passed me like a pack of hounds on a mission, right? So I was always at the back of the pack. The first time, it was just absolutely difficult. I started, stop. But by the last day, I managed to run, and this time I had Mark Hooks right next to me. I managed to run a 1.2 mile distance nonstop, only after 4 days.
Yeah.
And
It's not about how you
I
start.
want to thank Joe as well, Joe Selby, our trainer, because he was with me all the time. Because I was always at the back of the pack. They never left me alone. I always had Joe with me. And there was a hill, this vertical, I had about 110-meter vertical climb going through fields. It was very muddy because it was raining. And I had Neil Heritage, who accompanied me through this. And Neil has prosthetic legs because he was part of the disposal unit of the British Army, and he lost his legs in Iraq. So when he was going through this with me, and I felt so touched by the effort, I said, excuse me for my French, I said, Maria, get your ass up that hill. And I did. I got to the top of the hill. I got to the top of the hill. And I'd like to, just guys, if you don't mind, I'd like to make a quick shout out to all the gang, my teammates, because they were really there rooting for me. They didn't look at me like, what a loser. They didn't look at me like that, my God, what a loser. No, because they were all much far fitter than I was. I'd like to make a shout out to Catherine, Adrian, Ingrid, Victoria, Gunther, Jane, Patsy, Natalie, Hannah, Michaela, Mandeep. Thank you all so much for being there. And I'd also like to thank, you know what, it was boot camp, but we had this fabulous chef Sherilyn. We had portioned, everything was sort of like portioned in food, but it was absolutely beautiful and delicious and properly prepared. The trainers at boot camp are all
the thing when you running,
so
you
they
think
know
about
what
food.
they're doing.
Right. I'm over there dying.
Sorry?
I said when you on your workout mission, the quickest way to accomplish finishing it is when you thinking about what you're gonna eat after you complete it. So
And that's a fact.
it's kind of like a motivation.
Absolutely. It's like breakfast, lunch, snack. It wasn't. They were properly portioned, but they were absolutely delicious. So, any one of you who want to visit the United Kingdom and still go on a fitness sort of journey, just go on to www.rebootdorset.com. You will be in professional and perfectly run program. These are trainers, not only as professionals, but they have heart, man. They really do have heart.
You said www.reboot what?
www.rebootdorset.com.
Dorset.
Okay.
Well, we're going to put that on our page. We're going to put that out there for everybody, just in case there
Yeah,
is
you got to
somebody
put that
from
on the page,
UK.
dude.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna do that because there's some people that we know that travels to the UK often and they probably don't want to stop their workout plan here in the United States. So that'd be dope for them to kind of like tag along and see if they can handle the way you guys work. I'm pretty sure it's different how we work out in the United States. You guys probably go to work. Like
she said already, hit the hoods with the mud. That's working in itself.
Because I'm not running
guys, these are
run.
ex-military. These are ex-military, so you can believe that they know what they're doing, but not just because they know what they're doing, but they've got a lot of heart and they really care. So if anybody wants to come to the UK and you still want to stay fit, give them a call or send them a message.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's I like that. Well, I want to know what's the process of like you. What was your process of creating these songs? You can pick one song out of your newest EP, and tell me like what was the process of doing that? Like, there has to be like a mental state that you have to be in order to like make a great track.
Yeah, at first I think it comes with me, and many artists do it differently, but with me I think the words come first.
Right.
And then the lyrics of the song come first, and then when I'm putting in the melody, they made for it to all sort of harmonize in the right way, and for the words to come through the right way. Then changes will be made. And for me, the process is first of all, I have to be in a really quiet space, really alone space, when I can just be with myself and there's no one or nothing to distract me. And then I just sort of listen to my heart and see what comes through. And then after I've written the words, I put the melody up along with it after.
Okay, so you have a whole like your relation with Warner. Is it Warner Music?
Warner Music Singapore, yes.
Now, your relationship with them, is that just your music platform that you put your music on, or how much input do they have in regards to what you do?
Well, they've licensed both the album and the single. And with regards to platforms, no, I've actually also gone through the platform called Root Note, which has now made Photographs and Faces available in the United States. They've actually licensed the track Lost worldwide. So that's available worldwide because of them.
Wow.
That's awesome.
You said it's called Root Note?
Root Note, yeah.
Okay.
It's a platform called Root Note where you can download your work, and they. I'm supposed to go through a process of vetting it and then releasing it worldwide.
There's people who can't even get their music locally in the United States, and you have a song that is worldwide. Congratulations to you.
Definitely.
For real.
Oh, thank you.
Like, seriously.
Well, I thank you again, guys, because what you're doing is great. You're really giving all artists sort of an equal playing field for them to be able to get their work heard, me included.
Yes, and that's the direction we're trying to put out there, because there's more. I think other artists can learn from many other artists in different genres on how to go about making good music, because good music is not all about you just yelling and saying a bunch of gibberish. You know, no shade to any of the artists out now. It's just more so you can learn from other genres, and if we put all genres on one platform, then people are able to touch those internationally, and we have a huge international following. So we figured, why not merge both American artists and artists internationally, so that way you guys can kind of get a glimpse of how dedicated, you know, they are international to their music, and you can also see that the American artists are dedicated as well, and just kind of merge platforms. Like, I think that that's the biggest key, like, for artists to kind of stretch out, because a lot of artists are not mainstream at this point, and a lot of artists don't want to go mainstream. They want to be, you know, solo artists by themselves, and not have a record label finance them in the back end. And the only way to do that, to be completely honest, is to reach out to the media platform and get your voices heard. Exactly. And we feel like we're the voice of the people, and artists included.
Yeah. Also, on top of that,
yes, absolutely. Because
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
You can go ahead.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You're breaking up a bit, but try again.
No, I was saying you can go ahead and continue what you were saying.
Sorry? Yeah, no, I was saying you're absolutely right. There's about 7.4 billion people on the planet, and it's wonderful people like you. I'm sure you've had your own dream and how to make No Sugar Radio come alive, and those of us artists who want to reach a wider audience have you as partners.
Right. That's how we want everyone to look at it. We're partners. You know, we don't work for you. You don't work for us. We're just partners at the end of the day, and we want to be able to sit side by side with each artist and help them. And artists, entrepreneurs, business owners, we try to touch all everyone at this point, because everyone has a dream, and I feel like some people just stop dreaming, like, and that's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good to know that people like yourself, Maria, from the UK, you're still dreaming and you're still pushing not only your music in the UK, and you don't want to be selfish. You want to put it, you want everybody to hear it. And it's great that Lost is, you know, available for everyone to listen to worldwide, because, you know, it'll be unfortunate that, you know, a great track like that can only be heard to people. Limited. Yeah, it can only be heard to people in the UK. That sucks. Like,
right. And that's one of the reasons we definitely created this platform.
It's true. And not only that, it's not just music, guys. You know, I mean, this transatlantic conversation is really bridging gaps, right? We can get to know each other more. We get to know each other through our music.
It takes away a lot of that big media shade. Oh, this country hates you, or this country hates this country, stuff like that. So, like, now we're having these conversations now more direct.
Right.
Yes. Definitely. More direct to the audience, which is great. Because like here in the UK, there's really, it's wonderful what you're trying to do, because here in the UK, there's really a diverse following of different genres. There really is.
Now, speaking of that, like, when it comes to y'all state of music, how do you feel like the state of music is for the UK? Like, what do you feel like the state is right now as far as music goes?
Sorry, can you come again? I didn't quite hear you.
I was saying let me check my level real quick. As far as the music in the UK, how do you feel like y'all state of music is right now?
Well, the music industry in the UK is buzzing. You know, like I said, there's a diverse following of different genres. You have classical, pop, urban, reggae, hip-hop, country music, jazz, blues, R&B. There's a platform for every sort of genre.
That's dope.
So it's really buzzing. Always has been. Yeah, it doesn't lock into just one type of genre. There's an absolute diversity there.
Right.
What collaborations have you done with fellow artists in the UK so far?
Well, so far, actually, for the track "Now You're Gone," actually, I collaborated with a fantastic guitarist and a very good friend, Christopher Anthony, who now lives in France. I remember after sort of deciding not to sing classically anymore, I just came up with a couple of chords. Probably, I went to him. Fiona and I went to to France to see him and his wife Jilly, and I only had 4 bars. And I said, Chris, do you think you can develop this with me? And we came up with the song "Now You're Gone."
Okay, well, since you led the way, now we're gonna jump into that track since you put it out there.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna jump into that track now. It's called "Now You're Gone" by Maria Muller. Stay tuned. No Sugar Radio, guys.
You called me friend, but you turned away. You couldn't take me for who I am. You are my home, the one place I belong. But now the dusk has fallen and you've gone. So tell me when I lost your heart. And tell me how I could have loved you more. You whispered words like you and me. Together we were safe and free. So tell me when I lost your love. And tell me how I could have loved you more. I said forever, and you said always. My heart stays still as I remember words we've spoken. Now they're broken, so tell me when I lost your heart. And tell me how I could have loved you more. You called me friend, but you turned away. Now you're gone.
Back now. No Sugar
Yeah.
Radio. Wow. Now you're going. You know what I like best about that? The instruments.
What?
I'm
Right.
big. I'm big on instruments. I'm
Yes.
big
Definitely
on
was
like,
a lot of sound
I-
in there.
yeah.
You'd be interested to know that the lead instrument there was the acoustic guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I had a fabulous classical guitarist from Spain, and the percussion is actually the instrument called the tombak, which comes from Iran.
The tombak.
Yes, tombak, which is an ethnic percussion instrument from Iran.
Wow.
You educated me
That's
again.
the percussion that we use. That's the percussion that we use for that track.
That's great that you put so much detail in the creativity of music. It's not like you're just coming up with these ideas and throwing them out there.
Yeah, it actually was wonderful to watch, because as
wonderful to hear.
people, we may be of diverse cultures, but we have more in common in our humanity than we are different. Mm-hmm. And we come together in a platform like music, and you get so involved and you get to know each other. So really, if there's anything that I guess can create world peace, that would be music.
And it's great that you brought that up because I'm big on where did it come from. So like what are some musical influences that you have, whether it's from the UK and or the US or wherever? Like, what are some musical influences that you have that has allowed you to, you know, come and bring forth this music that you have today?
Well, I'd say we'll start with the US. A very great influence, would say, would be Joni Mitchell, Leonard Cohen, Bob Dylan, Annie Lennox. I love Cher. I love her voice. Cher. And for more up to date stuff, like. Sorry.
I can hear a little Cher in you. I can hear that.
Oh,
Cher's still going
that's
now.
An honor. That's an absolute honor. Okay, that's an absolute honor. Then you have, Justin Timberlake, Katie Lang, these wonderful artists that I love to listen to, and it's very different for a songwriter, because trends are obviously what spike up market sales, etc. I'm actually, at the moment listening. That's why I came up with a more urban sound for Lost, because I wanted to be able to still create and still express myself. But I understand that trends are here, and they sometimes have to be followed, so that they can be used as a platform for people to hear one's work.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I think it really helps the artist be a little bit more creative, to adapt to time and be a chameleon, because you might not like what's going on now, the trend that's going on now, but if you can get your voice heard and have people hear your message through what they listen to now, it's kind of like raising a kid that don't really know too much about the world now. They don't really know too much about how you control your household. So you kind of have to not dumb down, but more so like adapt to how they learn. And, so it's kind of, for artists, you got to be creative. You got to know, okay, my audience now likes this type of music. So how can I merge what I like with what they like and still create and still get my message across? Right. So I think that's
absolutely right.
Right. It challenges you. I think that's great that you know how to merge both and still be able to get your message across. And now that Lost is huge, and it's worldwide at this point, I feel like, what you're doing right now, you're going in the right path.
Definitely.
Yes, but you can't help trends. I mean, you can't buck the wind, right? I mean, if it's going north, it's really stupid to go south because the winds are stronger than you. But you still can keep your integrity as a songwriter and creator, and yet, and sort of fuse it with what is current.
Right. I like that.
So for the UK, you were asking me who would influence me. Actually, I've been really taken by the work of Ed Sheeran. I think he's managed to really come up with a very sort of real, honest to God, heartfelt songs with his own special sound. And I've also followed George Michael, Elton John.
George Michael.
I like man. Yeah, George Michael, Elton John. Stormzy. I like Stormzy and Rag and Bone Man. They've got these great bass, baritone voices that I love. I really do.
That's dope. Do you go out like to like any clubs or I don't know how it is in the UK. I've never been, so I'm just going off of how it is in the US. Like, do you go out and like people be like, oh yeah, that's Maria Muller, like they go, like,
No, you know what, guys? Actually, this has just been a journey about a year and a half for me. Okay, so nobody's going, oh, there she goes. No, I have people who come up to me sometimes and they say, oh, hi, I heard your music, or at boot camp, they listen to it and they come to me and they say, that particular song touched me. I get messages here and there at times, but it's still a work in process. Right. And that's why I'm really happy that you guys are there to help artists all over.
We're definitely going to remain here. I mean, as long as you would allow us to be a part of your journey when it comes to the United States, and however way we can help. That's that's what we're here for. So, you know, now if you could name one song off the album Photographs and Faces that took a lot out of you, which one would it be? Like as far as energy and emotion.
It would be. Well, I think it would be Sandra, because Sandra was my late sister. She passed at the age of 40. Very tragic circumstances. Sandra was bipolar, and I don't think they got it diagnosed quite in time. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, she took her own life.
Oh, wow, wow.
And yeah, and it was a very, very difficult time for the entire family. And this song was what started my healing. I was writing it, and I was in Edinburgh working with a studio, and Fiona is here in Bradford and Avon, and I would send her the lyrics and the melody, and she goes, "Maria, you have to write more. It's not enough." And I said to her, "It's very difficult." I said, I think I don't know how many boxes of tissue I consumed, because every time I'd write a line, a memory of her would come back, and I would just start to cry. Mm-hmm. And in a way, it was good, because I guess I didn't cry enough when she passed in 2002. And I think this writing the song actually gave me closure, and it was very healing for me. But it took a lot out of me. It really did.
Okay. Do you mind if we play that, or is it?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Please do.
Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna play this next track. It's called Sandra by Maria Muller. Go follow her on Instagram. Go follow her on Facebook. Just go follow her. Please. This is No Sugar Radio. You're tuned in now.
Children in the park together, we raced and played tug of war. The sandbox was our castle. I was 4 and you were 3. We believed in fairy tales and angels, in Tinker Bell and wishing well. Then one day our castle grew smaller. We walked away, but still believed. You lived with a sadness that broke your heart and stole your dreams. You laughed and smiled through it all. We believed we'd share our years together, that we'd grow old our dreams. Then tonight the darkness took you over. You slipped away. You wouldn't stay. I say goodnight as you close your eyes forever. Now you're finally free. Sandra, I still wait to hear you call to me, to hear you laugh and say, let's play. We raced and played tug of war. The sandbox was our castle. I was 4 and you were 3. We believed in fairy tales and angels, in Tinkerbell and wishing well. Then one day our castle grew smaller. We walked away, but still believe. Sandra, I still wait to hear you call to me, to hear you laugh and say, let's play.
I like that.
It make you think, like, you know what I'm saying? You're sitting there, I'm just like, I forgot I was at the show for a
Right,
like,
it gives you that concert feel.
Yeah, like
it gives you the concert feel. That track gives you like a warm concert feel, knowing that it's dedicated to your sister and it's one of those moments for you. But it kind of gives me, as a listener, like that warm, like it's okay to let go feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay, like she's in a better place type of thing.
Right.
So you know,
She's in a better place. Yes.
We're down to
Yes, I know. I mean,
our last 30 minutes of the show, Maria, and I just have one more question for you before you leave us and get on with your day. When can we expect you in the United States?
well, you know, I mean, at the moment there are no plans, but if there's a promoter or a producer who wants to sort of collaborate, I'll be there in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd also like to call on, you know, any sort of music producer, all music producers who listen to you on No Sugar Radio, sound engineers, artists, composers. Let's collaborate. You know, I mean, you can contact me through nosugarradio.com, where they've actually listed my website on their website on Facebook and Instagram. I'd love to go do a transatlantic collaboration. It would be really great.
Transatlantic.
See? Transatlantic. See, she throwing out the
Yeah.
offer.
Oh, dude,
like that.
dude. Sorry, my sister just sent me a message, and she's gonna, you know, she goes, "Where's my shout out?" So I just a quick shout out to my sister Jennifer and her partner, my sister Jennifer in Boston, her partner Paul, and you have people listening into you in Switzerland. That's Werner and Sylvia.
Right.
In Spain, Bea. You know.
Wow.
In the UK, Ian, and Sarah, and Catherine, all these people, Mark, everybody from Repo listening to you. So I'm just doing a shout out to everyone who's listening.
Wow. So what
Julie,
we can
one
do
of my
for you
friends
right
in
now, what we can do for you right now is give you your time to send all your shout outs to everybody you need to send your shout outs to, and give them all your information as far as your website, your Instagram, Facebook, all your social media information before we close out on this interview. So it's your time. Ball is in your court.
Okay. Everyone, again, I'm making a shout out to sort of music producers, sound engineers, artists, composers, composers, you know, musicians. I'm really wanting to learn this new sound that you love to listen to. If you like my singing voice and you like the lyrics that I've written for my song, I'm very open to a collaboration. You can contact me on my email is mm@mariamuller.org. And you have the details of my website on the Facebook and Instagram postings of nosugarradio.com. And thank you again. Just to make sure that my sister, you know, hi Jenny in Boston, and Paul, Bea in Spain, Werner and Sylvia in Switzerland, Ian and
Jenny.
Sarah here in Somerset, and Catherine, Mark, Neil, and Joe, and everybody who's listening tonight. I'd like to say thank you, Ty, and No Sugar Radio. Thank you so much for this opportunity to reach out to you. Mm-hmm. Please keep on doing the good work. And to your radio listeners in Baltimore, I hope I have the honor and the pleasure of being able to visit your beautiful state one day, and know that in the UK, we love the US, okay?
Wow, you heard it. I got my passport already.
We love it. We love it, Maria. Again, thank you. Thank you for letting us play your music on our platform. We're going to make sure we keep Lost in our rotation. We're gonna keep in touch. We're gonna keep in touch. I like this feel, and if you know of any artists that would love to be on the platform, please give them our information and just let them know how simple it is. The process is very simple.
Artists, entrepreneurs, business owners, nonprofits, whatever. We're open to anybody who's doing anything. Trying to find a way.
I absolutely will. I'll definitely pass the word on, and every possible platform, I'll pass the word by mouth as well. You guys are amazing, dudes, really are. Thank you so very much.
All right, we appreciate you, Maria. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Enjoy your day, please.
Okay.
All right.
You two have a great evening, great afternoon, guys. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Right.
Bye. Bye.
I like that. See that
call over.
Yeah, that call is over, man. Live from the UK,
we are everywhere.
Man.
Like, we are everywhere.
Come on, man. Who said we couldn't do it? Like,
man, it's there right there. It's
talent,
there from
talent.
the UK,
proof is in the pudding, baby.
Spain, Switzerland. Shit. Like, bro,
man, she's dope. Like,
right,
she's dope. You never really know until you actually speak to someone over the phone and get it
validated.
Yeah, like you never really know what. The crazy thing is, people be thinking like, oh, these artists don't go through what we go through, but they really do. Like everybody take risk, and everybody, everybody puts it all, like put it all on the table, and for her to just like leave,
everything,
just leave everything behind, like. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for artists that are in the U.S. It kind of.
Her whole story to me is very, very inspiring. Like,
very, very.
Yeah, because when you pushing 40 and stuff like that, you got to know that old people can still do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know
what
I'm saying?
Right.
Like she waited until her child turned 18, and when she turned 18, she said, "It's your turn." Like you know what I'm saying? Like her daughter understood that. She took the time from her life to invest in her, and now, I don't need you anymore. Go do you.
Go follow.
Go
follow.
do you.
Yeah.
And and look at her now.
Shout out to the UK. Right. Shout out to the sister Jen. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to everybody.
Everybody that tuned in
Spain
her,
and and all these other countries, and that goes to show you that this platform is just not just for rap artists, it's not just for R&B artists. We're trying to go all over, trying to reach every artist out there, and because everybody has something to say. I don't care who you are. You have a dream, you have a goal, and if you have even a project, a non-profit project that you want to be out there in the world or in your community, let No Sugar Radio help you reach the masses.
We have the means.
Right. You got your creativity. Let's be the innovation for it.
We be the hostess with the mostest.
The hostess with the mostest. That was Maria Muller. Y'all know y'all saw us promoting it on all of our social media platforms. We just had a great interview with her. Please, please, please go follow her on Instagram, Facebook. Check out her website and her new music on Spotify, iTunes.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Music everywhere. Music is worldwide. That goes to show you a lot of y'all artists is behind in the times. Mind you, this woman she's an older woman, and there's nothing wrong with older people doing what they do, but she's putting in the work, and she's doing it in a very fast pace. And some of y'all have been doing music all y'all lives, all 26 of y'all lives, and still can't figure it out.
Can't get right.
I want to say this. A lot of artists might hate it.
Can't get right.
If I were y'all, I would take that as like a challenge. Like you got somebody from the UK.
She just called y'all out. She came on No Sugar Radio, called everybody out in the U.S. Like
you're local.
She's
not
local.
Oh, lab ass niggas, man.
Come on.
Stop being so local, you local thinkers. God damn it.
You know, I really love the love. Like it's a lot of love coming from every direction, and despite what everybody what everybody thinks about No Sugar Radio, despite everything, like we've been proven to you guys time after time after time.
Can't fade us.
We not, man. I should slap.
Man,
I should social media slap some of you that's being, because there's a lot of people that throw shade on success and I feel like that's whack, yo. That's whack. Like if you see that somebody's working, don't just I see you working. Like I hate that line.
What the fuck else you think I'm supposed to be doing?
Right. Like I mean that's what we supposed to do. We supposed to continue to keep working. That's what we're here for. So, I want to jump into some more music. I want to run that Broken Home again by Chris Stalin.
Let's do it.
And just get that feel. Cause no Sugar Radio, bring the chill. Oh, I'm about to start freestyling. I'm about to start freestyling right now.
Yeah, man.
All right, it's Broken Home, No Sugar Radio.
Broken and bruised, no silver spoons. Told we would lose, but they ain't have a clue. All that we went through was only made to prepare us. Ripped from the root, from the truth, they tried to tear us. Left alone in the dark, this heart found home in subway train carts, benches at the park, airports, always on the move, surviving at all costs. But I never go back to that broken home where mama was hardly home, father was always gone, sister was hella loose, bro ain't know what to do, grandma ain't have a clue, but grandma she was the glue that kept us all in cahoots. Don't matter how far we roamed or what we did wrong, we still found home and made it our own, even if it wasn't ours. Lord help us, the foster homes was our shelter.
Go back this time for a place to call my own, for a place that I call home. We don't go back this time for a place to call my own, for a place that I call home.
We don't go back with them scars, we still have memories are still vivid. Some of those are bone chilling. To the point we would much rather forget it than be forced to relive it. Just with the thought that pain gets revisited, start stirring up old feelings. Yeah, we grown but still healing, still dealing with a part of our being that never growed up. In a part of our past we had no control of. Crack hit and left broken homes. Parents that was gone wasn't long before. In a part all we made it, conditions we was raised, it wasn't nothing to play with. We was cut deep, this life we wanted to leave, but we held on strong, came out with the victory. I said still in amazement of how far we made it, conditions we was raised, it wasn't nothing to play with. We was cut deep, this life we wanted to leave, but we held on strong, came out with the victory. I said still in amazement of how far we made it, conditions we was raised, it wasn't nothing to play with. We was cut deep, this life we wanted to leave, but we held on strong, came out with the victory.
We don't go back this time for a place to call my own, for a place that I call home.
Ooh, shout out to Chris Stalin out in Atlanta, a breed from New York City. Shout out to her, man. Matter of fact, go follow her. Go follow her on Instagram. Subscribe to her YouTube. We gonna drop all that. You're gonna hear more of Chris Stalin, and on No Sugar Radio, cause I like that. I like that sound. I like that. But now we on the last 15 minutes of the show. You tuned in to No Sugar Radio.
Right.
We had a dope show today.
Very, very dope.
Had a dope show today. We was in the UK. We came back. Then we went to Spain. Then we came back to Baltimore.
We went to Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Put on your skis and shit. We everywhere. Shit.
Right. Everywhere,
Only
man.
person that could catch us is Carmen Sandiego right about now. We good money. Shit. You know what I'm saying? But
You
to
know?
end this on a
Tax
Tax Chronicles, you know, the April 15th coming around. Trying to tell you something. We got to do our report next week to make sure that everybody's staying in line with their monies. Right. You know, that shit about to be dry April 15th. We know. So, you know what I'm saying? But to end this show on a bright note, March 21st is the beginning of spring, right? We know that this week coming is spring break for colleges, and, you know, most schools and things like that. People getting out, going to Miami because, you know, they only got enough money to go to Miami because they local as fuck. Or they go to Puerto Rico or wherever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't hating or whatever. That's what they do. You know, it is what it is. So what's the move for spring break this year?
I mean, but I know spring break. Because spring break is usually around like right after midterms, or depending on what school, depending on what school you in. Yeah, because some schools is like tri-semesters and some are actually regular. You know, but I just say whatever you do for spring break, just make sure you safe, because there's a lot of
always shapes and forms.
There's a lot of stuff that happens around this time where people get wild crazy and start bugging out during spring break, and then they don't understand that there's people. Like, there's spring break vultures waiting for you to get really drunk to do some crazy shit.
Roofie your ass and fuck.
You can call it what you want, but stunting's ahead. But now put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. Now I meet at the A. 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 This an ending but a new beginning. My team known for winning. See, Tino got a high hand. You feel played, then let's dance. I'm coming like the Orchid Man. Burning your air like a bad 10. Yes, I'm a bad man. I go bozo when I'm solo, acting all rotunto. I got 33 reasons to put me in, coach. Cause I'm pinning shit like Alonzo. So grab your poncho, now let go. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. Now I meet at the A. 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 Now I meet at the A.
Okay, that's how he want to do it. What you think about that, Blaine? How you feel about that one? Go ahead. Action with it, you know, trying to.
I don't even know. Cause it's
dope ass beat though. Definitely dope ass beat.
It was dope beat. Ty, what you think about this? I mean, I told Crash, I said the best part of the song for me was the end when the beat just started playing by itself.
Yeah. Now you know that reminded me of when it first came on, of like a Juvenile and Turk.
Right,
type
that's
of,
right.
Like
and that's what I
DG,
thought he was trying to do.
Little Bootsy, like,
Yeah.
kinda.
And I just didn't guess where.
kind of like the Hot Boys type of thing.
I mean,
They put me in, coach.
For me,
I mean, I'll play that on like a high school gym type of thing.
Yeah.
Like a game, you know, because it's more like more motivation. Put me in, coach.
Right.
But you know, some coaches don't like that shit. Don't be begging to get in.
Don't do that.
Don't be begging
Keep
to
on
get
that
in.
damn bitch up.
Don't be begging to get in. But shout out to Tino.
Right.
I want to know what made you write this track. But you know, DM us
For
and
another
then
day.
for another day.
Yeah.
The week after that, or something like that.
Yeah.
But put them in.
Put him in, coach.
Hey, so
Put 'em in, coach.
yo, we got 3 minutes, B.
Well, here, we got on live. We got 9 minutes.
On
Right.
on what?
On live, we got 9 minutes.
For our speaker view.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got a good 9 minutes going.
Let's do it then.
You know,
Do it.
you know, we got a good 9 minutes in, man. With
So here's what we could do. Real quick. I just want y'all to understand. I think tomorrow, just look out for it because it's some bullshit. Like, I think they think that OJ really did it. Just putting that out there. I think OJ really did it after all.
Be
he was
creative.
trying to
I
do.
give him that. But it definitely.
This shit has been dry. In most movies, you hear a comment about OJ, and
Right.
you know, and now all of a sudden OJ is back in the news. This motherfucker is senile as fuck now.
And I just feel like it's all a money thing. I just feel like now bringing him back, knowing that he lost everything, he just want more money. Like I don't know. Like
I don't get it.
Right.
It'd be double jeopardy because they already
yeah,
charged
like
him.
if the law says that he was innocent, now he's trying to, it's a money thing. I like sit your old ass down. You got off. One of the few. Like
Right.
sit your old ass down and stay off. Like
Okay.
like why you want to go back and relive shit in this like fuck.
He must be a glutton for punishment. Like
Wants
to have
more
to
money.
bring that shit back up over and over. You got to keep reopening old wounds and shit
Man,
like that. The
sit your
family.
black ass down.
I feel
Boss
bad
a
for the
nigga cut.
family because the family never gets peace in this whole thing. Like because every time he has one of these fucking
Moment.
little
Outbreaks.
charades,
Right.
the whole family gets dragged back into it.
Because what are you gonna put out another book? Like the first book, you said what was it? I did it, or maybe I did, or some shit
Or if
like
you would
that.
have did it, something like that.
And then it was the small words like man,
Right.
OJ, sit down. You wasting our time, man. We know you did it. I don't care what
We
you
understand you're irrelevant.
said. Like we know you did it.
It's okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? You do what you do. I ain't vouching for it. I ain't, going to
man.
co-sign on it, but you know what I'm saying? That was like around my time. I was young. I wouldn't have
Right,
known
I
no
remember
better.
that story
I
because you couldn't
remember
even
it,
turn
though.
the TV. Your
That
mother
was
slapped
all
your
over
face
the
off. Like
That shit was all over the TV. 7,
Right.
9, 11, 2, 4, 5, all them channels.
right.
Those are the only channels you knew back then in the 90s, unless you had cable.
And we none of us
You
had
had the black
you know,
box with the fucking red
with the
infrared.
buttons, with the
the buttons
fucking
on top.
buttons. You had to get up, couldn't find your big ass doofy remote.
That shit came with 2 remotes because they knew you was gonna
Had
lose
to keep
one.
taking the box on the top of the TV because you can't see the top.
Yeah, before we close out the show.